Was I not even live? I've been sitting here talking to myself for a minute because I didn't hit the go live button. Welcome, guys. We got Oak Squirrel, Jean Leger, and Logan already here in the chat with us. What's up, my guys? But man, I've got a lot of good stats for y'all today. I don't know what y'all. Let me lower that camera angle a little bit. We're gonna take a sip and get into it. All right, so of course we got to start where we normally start, guys. Let's go. Hey, welcome in Azo. But we got to start, of course, with the inactives for today's game. Inactive report came out earlier today. So Marlon Humphrey, of course, dealing with a little bit of injuries, going to be inactive today, as well as Ronnie Stanley. So Baltimore going to be without their number one left tackle and corner. The other eyes to keep an eye on, inactive-wise, Broderick Washington, one of the defensive linemen here for the Baltimore Ravens, got a 4-year contract extension in the offseason, as well as Trenton Simpson, who we saw injured late in the Browns game last week. Doesn't see a lot of play time normally, but plays a lot on special teams, so might be a little key eye to keep an eye on. Hey, sorry, they put on music for Thursday football, and I'm feeling it. All right, going back to the inactives that we got, of course, on the Bengals side, we're just going to stick to more of the guys that are big impacts here. Receivers, 2 receivers out for the Cincinnati Bengals today. We've got T. Higgins and Andre Isavias, one of the guys from Princeton, featured in my draft special, going to be missing time today for the Bengals. Of course, their backup center, Trey Hill, as well as Sam Hubbard, the starting defensive end, going to be missing today as well. So a couple injuries here and there across both teams, and we're looking to see how each team's going to really respond to it. So of course we expect Patrick McCary to be starting at left tackle for the injured Ronnie Stanley. I believe we're getting Morgan Moses back at right tackle. With Marlon Humphrey being out, Baltimore's secondary might be tested a little more, and definitely want to see how we're going to use Kyle Hamilton matchup-wise across. Of course, having Marcus Williams and Geno Stone and Kyle Hamilton all playing at pretty high levels. So Baltimore, of course, leads this series all-time 29-27. Baltimore could sweep the Bengals for the first time since 2020. Crazy stat line. They're talking about there. We got to hold on to these games. Since 2021, Baltimore has lost 9 games with a 7-point lead, with like 10 minutes, I believe, in the starting in the fourth quarter. But Lamar actually all-time overall 7-1 against Cincinnati. What up, Oak? Well, glad to see you in here, my guy. I appreciate you dropping in. Of course, I know every Baltimore fan is going to be screaming right now. Does Keaton Mitchell get fed tonight? No Baltimore Ravens fan around bought into that Keaton Mitchell just wasn't part of the game plan last week. So Baltimore is going to be hounding the ball for that. Let's also, hey, we got some Houday Nation showing up in the chat. So also, let's go down right here. We're getting ready for the kickoff. Once kickoff gets started, we'll go. Kyle Hamilton coming into this game graded out as an 81.8 man coverage, as that's best in the safety in the NFL. Brandon Stevens, the all-pro corner for Baltimore, 427 snaps without allowing a touchdown. And Baltimore, of course, defense having 203 quarterback pressures, most through 9 weeks since 2018. And Roquan Smith coming off a 21-game tackle performance against the Browns. And we're going to see Lamar Jackson out here for the first drive of the night. Welcome in, guys. Another edition of Thursday Night Football with your boy, D-Rave here. Don't forget, smash that like button, guys, like Mr. Gallagher there. Lamar from Shotgun Set going deep right. He's got Mark Andrews on the right side, and that's going to be a first down to start the day. Logan says, don't talk about what happened last week in chat. And we've got Tenchi Misaki, let's go Ravens, joining us in chat. Welcome in, my guy. Hey, yeah, what's last week? I don't understand what happened last week. Who knows? Fun stats here. Talk about on the offense real quick while we're waiting on this replay. Tyler Linderbaum, 82.9 pass blocking rating. That's first among centers in the NFL. And John Simpson, 7 big-time blocks according to PFF. And that leads the NFL in that category as well. Strong formation showing to the left side here. Baltimore's going to run at it. Gus Edwards, and not much of a gain. Pretty strong effort there by the Bengals defensive line. But welcome in, guys. You can also smash that like button, like my boy Joe says there in Family Guy. Don't forget to smash that like button. It helps us with the algorithm, and I greatly appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying some of the new gifts we added into the OBS system. And, of course, Patrick McCary is getting the start here at left tackle tonight for the injured Ronnie Stanley, playing pretty well right now. Gus Edwards motioned into the backfield, Lamar in the shotgun set. 2nd and 9 after that first down run. Lamar pocket collapsing, and he's got Flowers over the middle, makes a man miss. Isaiah Likely with a big block downfield, and Flowers is out of field deep down on the left side of the field. Baltimore approaching the red zone with 13:25. Big block by the CCU rookie, Isaiah Likely. Or, I'm sorry, sophomore. And Zay just runs by Turner, makes a man miss. Likely throws a block on Turner, and Zay making plays early. We got Keaton Mitchell in for his first play. Lamar's going to keep it, though, and Lamar's going to slide short of the first down. Looks like a gain of maybe about 8 yards on a 12:45 left here in the first. What up, guys? Chat's popping here tonight. Damn, even with your stream delay, you were ahead of me. I'm watching the Ravens game on Prime Video. Prime sucks. Daniel Barry Sports dropping in. Yo, go Ravens. What up, my guy? And Lamar Jackson 2.0 out there looking to continue his hot streak against the Cincinnati Bengals. Like I said, 7-1 all time. 2nd and 3rd after that quarterback run. Looks like a blitz is coming right from the Bengals. Flowers motions left. It's going to be a handoff, and Keaton slipped, unable to get going there on the run. Baltimore didn't seem to really do anything about the corner blitz that came on the right side. We saw it early, and it did come indeed. So I see someone making a comment about moms in chat. You know, I heard your mother's a nice person. Lamar Jackson having to scramble, roll out left. He's going to take off and run. He's got it and slips and falls down. That's a first down. A little bit of extra pushing and shoving, but it's all good. And with that, Baltimore's got a fresh set of downs here in the red zone. Baltimore's got a fresh set of downs. I do too. My mom's dancing on the table screaming, "Who day" right now. Hey, all the power to your mom, oh squirrel. Didn't you guys lose to the Texans last week? Again, we've just had a consensus in chat. We're not going to talk about last week in this chat. Last week didn't happen, right, guys? 1st and 10, ball on the 13-yard line. It's going to be a play action. Mark Andrews with the catch, makes a man miss, and he's going to be down right at, looks like, the first down to gain. And Andrews looks like he is hurt on the play. Oh, no, he came down awkwardly on the play, and staff's coming out to look at Mark Andrews. That is not a good sign for the Baltimore Ravens. And Jackson literally just slammed his helmet and screamed, I'm going to say the F word. Lamar definitely upset his number one tight end's hurt, and that could be a big one for the Ravens. But I have faith. Baltimore has a pretty deep tight end room. Isaiah Likely, we love the young man. We've already got, Likely gifts ready to go potentially. And we also have Charlie Kolar. And Patrick Ricard can kind of fill in as a little bit of a second string, third string tight end himself. So, we'll wait and see here. At least the 49ers won last week, says John Leger in chat. That is very true, John. At least someone got a dub last week. I'm going to take a sip from my Charm City Football Cup from M&T Bank Stadium. And we're going to say a silent prayer for Mark Andrews and hope he's okay. All right. Mark's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Oak Squirrel says, I killed him, LOL. Oak, my gosh, my guy, you are getting violent in my chat tonight. It's all in love, though. I'm just messing with you. But, so of course with Trey, did I not have that out? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, yeah. We're going to be watching, of course, heavily Trey Hendrickson of the Bengals today matched up against Patrick McCary. See how that really goes. Of course, can Brandon Stevens keep the Bengals wide receivers like Jamar in check tonight? Of course, in week 2, we beat the Bengals 27-24. Lamar Jackson went 24 of 33 for 237 yards. I'd say that he has a good chance of still having a night like that. And Mark Andrews able to walk off the field. That's a good sign. Looks like he's probably headed to the medical tent. Maybe to the locker room. We're getting a replay. Let's see what happened. It looked like, I don't know, 2nd and 1, and Gus Edwards looks like he may have gotten it. Got to wait on the refs to spot. As soon as we get an update, guys, on Mark Andrews, you'll be the first one to know. You know what I'm saying? And they do give us the first down, so 1st and goal. And like they just said, Charlie Kolar and Isaiah Likely are the 2 sophomore tight ends checking into the game. It's going to be a toss play. Edwards going left, and he's in. And Gus Edwards is in for the first touchdown of the night. And, of course, barring the extra point attempt from 9 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 58 seconds, so just short of 5 minutes. That is a great opening drive for the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, textbook. I mean, but lately it hasn't been about can we get started. It's about can, we finish games. And Mark Andrews is walking around on the sideline, so he did not go into the locker room. Tucker, of course, is good for the PAT. And that might have been what they call the hip drop tackle, which has become a popular talking point. But I just don't think it's anything you can take out of the game. It would just make it too hard for defense. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler Linderbaum absolutely pulls on this, clears the way for Gus Edwards. Able to get a hit on Logan Wilson, the linebacker of the Bengals, able to punch him out just a little bit and start that, backwards momentum where Edwards is then able to run into him and carry his way into the end zone. Let's go, Gus the Boss. I know, Oak Squirrel, you coming into this game with the number 28 ranked defense in the NFL right now. That's horrible. Of course, your offense still not doing anything for you. Bengals have 182 points for, points against 192. In comparison, the Baltimore Ravens defense has 157, so 40 points less, but we've scored 270. So we've scored 90 more points, while giving up only 40 less. So there's the difference right there. And Tucker, of course, puts this one through the back of the end zone. And Bengals coming out for their first drive of the day. Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense. I mean, the last 5 games, there it is. 4-1, 74% completion percentage, 12-4 touchdown to interception rating, 300 yards, like pretty good past few games, to be honest with you. Can he continue that against the Baltimore Ravens defense coming into this game ranked number 4 overall? Chase in motion. Burrow getting chased. Owe had his hands on him, and Owe's going to tackle him upfield. And Owe, you can tell he's upset every time Odafe Owe's able to get his hands on the quarterback, but just can't get the quarterback like wrapped up. Hey, what up, Neo? Welcome into the chat, my guy. What up? Second and 3, I'm sorry. Toss play going right. Mixon got the first down and some, and he's still going. He's out of bounds. Tackled by Michael Pierce, way downfield. And that's another first down for the Cincinnati Bengals. What up, dog? Welcome, welcome. My boy Oak Squirrel over here punching the wall at home after the Cincinnati Bengals give up their first touchdown today. All right, defense. Give me a reason to use some of these defensive gifts. Come on, boys. 1st and 10. Trips left for the Bengals. Ravens look like they're bringing a blitz. It's Queen. He comes, and Burrow's got a man. And yeah, that's going to be a face mask on Hudson. Tight end for the Bengals, and tack on 15 after the catch. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Odafe Owe almost gets his first sack of the night, and then comes away with a face mask tackle on the very next play. Yeah. Oh. Yep. He's just playing too fast. 8:40 and ticking, 1st and 10. Owe looks like he's telling the ref, yo, he's holding me. Ravens are getting a little loud here. Ravens look like they're bringing a blitz. They do. And Jamar, they try to set up a screen. Excellent heads-up play by the Ravens defense. They move Jamar Chase in motion to what would be a screen play. Kyle Hamilton decides to scream in on the blitz. And then Geno Stone in the corner, Brandon Stevens, come flying down. And great play by the Ravens defense right there. And I'm sorry, that was, I believe, Ronald Darby on the outside. Hey, what up, Neo? Neo's dad, I'm sorry. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Double stack formation. They're trying to set up another screen, and that's going to be Moon, I believe, with the tackle on the left side of the formation. Tenchi says, yo, Darwin, you should use Amazon Stream on Twitch so your stream will be live with the game instead of a few minutes behind. Is it free on Amazon? I don't have an Amazon, thing. If it's free on Amazon, I mean, why not, right? Oh, Amazon Stream on Twitch. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'll go to it real quick. Third and 7, and I'll check on that 10 show. Give me one moment. Burrow gonna have to take a timeout. Some confusion on the play, and Oak Squirrel says it's gonna be 27-24. Yeah, Ravens. Logan says, nah, it's gonna be 37 Ravens win. I love the confidence in chat. I'm heading there right now, Tencho. Prime Video. I'm pulling it up. Let's see if it is ahead of mine. I'm going to close this. It is! Wow! That's nuts. It is ahead of mine. Let's go. Good catch, my boy Tenchi. It is ahead of mine. Clutch. We're much more accurate now. We've got the field goal kicker coming out, Evan McPherson. I've got him in my fantasy football team, so I'm hoping for touchdowns from the Ravens and field goals today from the Bengals. Kick is up. Oh, it just squeaks by the right upright. And with that, guys, we've got a 7-3 ball game here tonight on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Primetime here on YouTube. Come on, YouTube, give me a broadcaster job. But how's everyone's night going so far? I know I'm looking forward to this weekend, to be honest with you. And again, guys, we talked about it a little bit. I put it on my Twitter. If you don't know my Twitter, Darwin's Raven 20 on Twitter. If we hit our 500 subscriber goal, which will be my first real step in the YouTube journey, we will officially start adding a second game to the schedule every week. I would leave it up to fan choice, but I just don't have the base yet for that on Twitter and YouTube. So, ooh. How y'all feel about this Napoleon movie they're showing right now, exclusively in theaters Thanksgiving? Now that the actor strike is done, we can officially get market movies. If you don't know, Marvels and a few other movies came out in theaters, had some of the worst openings they've ever had, I believe. And it'd just be like that. Taco Bell and football, says Azo in chat. My God, what's your Taco Bell order? I still love the steak quesarito, to be honest with you. Ground beef ricotta, marinara, preheat the oven, 350, cool down, and serve. That's not a plate. That's a baked ziti recipe. Ziti. It's easy to Geico. It's so easy to Geico, even a non-monetized YouTuber can do it. Azo says Jaquan Phoenix is a god among men. Tenchi says, I'm doing good. This is my first day at my new job after not having a job since May. Hey, congrats to you, Tenchi. I'm glad to hear that, my guy. I'm getting ready to finish school here like December 15th, and then I'm going back to work myself. Of course, I would love to be able to make some money off my stream and be able to dedicate way more time to the stream, but, there's a lot more I need to be doing for that in general, so I am trying to get an update on Mark Andrews, by the way, guys. I haven't seen anything jump across my top news on my stream, so I'm checking, of course, they're rewrapping Joe Burrow's calf right now, something to keep an eye on. They've got like a calf compression device on his right calf. Hey, it says we got a new subscriber. It didn't give me a notification. Whoever you are, I appreciate you, my guy. Oh, that is absolutely his ankle on that hip drop tackle. I don't think there's any way to really get rid of that, though. Here we go. 1st and 10. Lamar out here for his second drive today. Looking left. Coming back over the middle. He's going deep. He's got Odell. And he's one step away from hitting Odell on a deep post or go route. Would have been a touchdown on the play. Had his man beat. And that's Taylor Britt versus Odell right there. And Odell's going to just literally a go route, runs by him, and he's got that half step, and Lamar just a little ahead of him. And I know Lamar's talked a lot about if he can just hit those deep balls, man. Yeah, it's definitely his leg, that's for sure. And that's a bad handoff to Keaton Mitchell on the play. Awkward handoff. Oh my God. Thank you, Neo. Holy crap. I'm not gonna lie, y'all just saw me jump. The notification sound it just played was so loud in my headphones. That was, oh my God. Oh, that was terrifying. I love that y'all got to see me jump, though. I think that's the funny part. We're going to change my volume up a little bit. No, Odell is not out tonight, Logan, by the way. He's playing tonight. Marlon Humphrey and Ronnie Stanley are out tonight. We've got a 12-man formation against the defense. Nice. That's going to take it from a 3rd and 14 to a 3rd and 9 now for the Baltimore Ravens. 6:48 here. We're still in the first quarter of Thursday Night Football. Hey, Darwin. What up, what up? What up? What up, Oak? 3rd and 9. 4 wide. Lamar getting pressured, and he's going to get there. That's Trey Hendrickson, who we talked about in the pregame a little bit, matched up against Patrick McCary, the backup left tackle of the Ravens. And unfortunately, after the sack, Jordan Stout's probably coming out there. Let's watch. Matched up 1-on-1 against Patrick McCary, and just runs by Patrick McCary on the play. Oak Squirrel, yes, says Darwin. I have a question. What up, my guy? What's the question? Lucky like in here. You're doing a great job. Appreciate you, my guy. Jordan Stout with the punt away. 5:50 here on the clock. And returner getting a chance. And out of bounds on the left side. Not able to get much on the play. Jason says go to be there for sure. Yeah, I got confused because the injury list in the game, he was on it. Logan, he was probably listed on there as maybe questionable potentially. You know, I'm just saying, if you follow and you get here for pregame, which actually you were, so I shouldn't even say that. We covered the inactive list, and our inactive list will always be just players that aren't playing today. That of course aren't on long-term IR, known injuries essentially. So that's one of those ones, you know, kind of. Oak, oh, I know I should make you mod a 1-day mod. Oak, you were giving me violent messages earlier, Oak Squirrel. I'm watching you, Oak. Oh, man, though. But, you know, Mike McDonald has actually called in history a good series of games. So Mike McDonald, of course, in his second year as the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, in 4 games against Joe Burrow, basically kept him to an average of 215 yards over that time, which comparing to the previous years, Joe Burrow threw like 400 and 500 yards in each of the 2 games against Baltimore. I'd say 215 is a pretty solid number. John says, good show. Can I give you a hint to say my last name? Jean Leger. Oak says, I promise I'll follow the rules. I'll think about it, Oak. I'll think about it. How about that? Stick around and I'll think about it for the second half. Why do you want to be a moderator, my guy? You know, I've got some questions though here. I'm starting to think about for. Oh, hold on, we're getting the injury update. He's getting an X-ray on. Oh, they gave him crutches, and he's officially getting an X-ray. So we do not expect to see Mark Andrews back in the game. More than likely, some type of ankle injury. We wish him the best and hope there's nothing broken. All right, Joe Burrow coming out here for the second drive for the Bengals offense. Roquan making a quick adjustment at the defensive line. Looks like Hamilton might be coming on the blitz right side. Ravens bring the blitz, run going opposite side to the right of the Bengals line, and nothing on the play. Good job. That's Malik Harrison making a tackle on the play. And we were seeing more of these formations where we got Malik Harrison out there to help set the edge on a run, basically. Something that, you know. course, Ravens defense allowing the fewest points per game in the NFL, but ranked 4th overall today. They're trying to get the tight end lined up. Oh my God, Joe Burrow is screaming at the tight end. He has no clue what's going on, and oh my God, Burrow just had to burn another timeout staring at the sideline, and the new tight end that seems to have a lot of athletic ability for the Bengals just does not know the play calls. Burrow telling him to get to the other side of the formation. Oh, and without T. Higgins in there tonight, the Bengals are definitely having some communication issues with their young wide receivers and tight ends out there. Of course, they let Hayden Hurst go in free agency. I think that was a big mistake for the Bengals. 5 minutes on the clock here, 2nd and 10 after the timeout. Burrow gets the ball off, and oh, that's great coverage. Kyle Hamilton able to play through to the whistle and rip the ball out of Jamar Chase's hand. Took what looked like was going to be a great catch for a first down on the left side for a no reception. Let's go. That's Kyle Hamilton matched up one-on-one on Jamar Chase, which is something we talked about with Marlon Humphrey being out tonight, where we were going to see Kyle Hamilton lined up, and Kyle just able to get his hand in there and rip that ball out. Great job. 3rd and 10 here. Blitz looks like it's coming. They back out. Good pressure, though. Clowney's got a hand on him. Clowney's got it. And that's a good pressure. Madubuike, Pierce, and Clowney and Owe. The 4 that come on the pressure, and Clowney able to come away with another sack. Just outstanding signing by the Baltimore Ravens today. Working on Jonah Williams, the right tackle. And that's also Madubuike who kind of got there, able to really get his hand on the ball and on Burrow and slow him down. And Clowney just comes back and finishes it. Jean Leger. And Duvernay, that's going to be a fair catch at the 31-yard line, and 4:10 on the clock. Baltimore coming out here for their 3rd drive today, still in the 1st quarter. We've seen a little bit of Keaton Mitchell so far, but like, you know what? All right, hold on. We're going to talk about this one on commercial break, guys. I've got the stream up. Let's talk about it. They're advertising Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Can we talk about how bad I've heard Call of Duty is? How many hackers and cheaters and how bad it is, and how, like, what was it, Tim the Tap Man couldn't install it or whatever, and typical. Can we fix the gaming world? Like, legitimately, the state of games that have come out lately is just absolutely horrible. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why they gotta be showing like Shaq and a Papa John's? Food sounds so good right now. Forktail Devils, CVG is Cincinnati. It's actually it's technically the airport code for Cincinnati. If you're flying into Cincinnati, you're flying into CVG. Hey, I've seen Fortnite's been having some issues too, Oak Squirrel. Talk about a game I haven't played in a while. Me and my girlfriend, we're back to playing. For those that are new to the channel, me and my girlfriend, when we spend time together, we play a lot of games together. And she's always been a Stardew Valley person and Animal Crossing, those styles of game. So lately, me and my girlfriend, we play a lot of Stardew Valley together. That's one of our favorite games to play together. We just started another game after having like 100 hours save, and like I said, it's just like a good, wholesome game to play. Is it? I need to know. Is it Leger or Lejo? La Joie, La Joie. I'm so confused. I never took French. I took Spanish, medical terminology, Latin. Yep. I'm gonna tell you, y'all want like low key. Since we're almost back from commercial break, let me give y'all a game. Low key, one of the best games I ever played. It's called Medieval or Kingdom Come Medieval Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's like a medieval knight fighting game that's super realistic, where you even have like smell and sound ratings, so you can't sneak around in chainmail. Elden Ring. First and 10, 4-10 here in the first quarter. Handoff going left. That's Gus Edwards. Good stiff arm and was at the line of scrimmage, able to gain 3 or 4 on the play with a good stiff arm. And the Baltimore Ravens are definitely going to have to do something about Trey Hendrickson, as they're shown right here with the 4K Skycam. Trey Hendrickson's already having a pretty good game matched up against Patrick McCary there on the left side of the Baltimore Ravens offensive line. 2nd and 8 after the run. Ricard going into motion. It's going to be a play action. And Jackson able to find Gus Edwards on the left, and going to be a good gain, about 4 yards short of the line to gain, bringing up probably a 3rd and 4. And officially, we have a report. Mark Andrews is ruled out. As we said earlier, it is his ankle that got rolled up on. I believe that's going to be his left ankle. If I remember the play, it could be his right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I believe left ankle. And 3rd and 4. We got Eric DeCosta, EDC, the GM of the Baltimore Ravens, down on the sidelines for this game right now. Going to be a pass play. Lamar having to roll out. Hendrickson tripped up on the play, and Lamar just going to toss this ball away and Lamar pushed out of bounds awkwardly. And oh no, Lamar is down now, out of bounds after getting pushed out of bounds a little late by the Bengals player. And we've got an official timeout now. Something's wrong. Agreed. Call of Duty is so mid, guys. Forktail Devil says, is Mitchell getting more runs tonight? Not really. He is, but like, it's just not, Oh, and it looks like Lamar's ankle gets a little wrapped and just hold on to Lamar's ankle. I bet you that's Lamar's ankle probably hurting him a little bit. And Lamar is sitting on the sideline in obvious pain, grinning his teeth a little bit, and talking to his coaching staff. Suds, welcome in. Since CVG is Cincinnati, I guess we'll just fix that because I guess I feel like Cincinnati people get it, but, we'll put CIN. So is that better for everybody? What up, Richard Mullen? Welcome into the chat. And Lamar Jackson walking into the medical tent. Uh-oh. That is not a good sign for the Raven fans, and we've got a flag now on the play. Ooh, personal foul, unnecessary roughness against Justice Hill on the play. And again, guys, for everyone that's joined us, appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that smash button like my boy Gallagher. Or we'll go with some good old Family Guy. Like my boy Joe says, smash that like button. But yeah, OBJ not out, Steve-O Supreme, but Mark Andrew out, and Lamar Jackson now in the medical tent as well. And Joe Burrow out here. After the 15-yard penalty on Justice Hill, ball going to be at the 42-yard line of the Bengals. Burrow going over the middle, and that's a good play by Marcus Williams to break that ball up. Boyd, the intended wide receiver for the Bengals. And 2:30 here in the first quarter as Yeah, Steve-O, looked like his right ankle or one of his ankles got rolled up a little bit on or just caught up under, I should say, the Bengals defender. Suds, CVG stands for Cincinnati. It's actually the airport code for Cincinnati's airport. So when you fly into Cincinnati, you're flying into CVG. A little bit of my old airport, I guess, coming out there. Joe Mixon with a hand up of the middle, and that's a first down. And now they're on to Baltimore's side of the field after that handoff. Again, if you don't know, Suds, I'm a former traveling trainer for Delta Airlines and a former performance manager. I was actually originally at 20 years old supposed to be the gate manager of Minneapolis, or one of the gate managers, doing like 60 gates a day at Minneapolis. So a little bit of my old airport coming through there. And Huntley's warming up for the Ravens. That's not a good sign. That's going to be a sweep going right. That's Jamar Chase able to get a little to the outside, and he's got another first down for the Bengals. Okay. Covington, Kentucky. I also, guys, I've spent, for you Cincinnati guys and Ohio guys, I used to live in Grove City, which is right outside Columbus, Ohio. And also, I've spent a long time in Berea, Ohio, of course, where the Browns practice facility is and Hall of Fame. Logan, why did you tell the Bengals to do that? I'm sorry, my guy. I'm sorry. 1st and 10 here. Hamilton coming on the blitz. Oh, and they're going to get there. That's Tavis Robinson, the rookie. Able to get a sack. Mississippi, 4th round pick. Able to come away with a sack on the play. Lined up again on Orlando Brown Jr. Or I'm sorry, that's lined up over the right guard, or left guard, I'm sorry, Volston. And I'm making a note right there. If I'm the Ravens, I'm going to go back after Volston, the left guard. I'm literally making a note of that on my game notes because I would go back after him. And they do, Matabike. I'm sorry, that's Pierce. And Burrow goes deep down the right side for Jamar Chase. And right after that play, guys, Michael Pierce goes after the left guard of the Bengals and absolutely walks him back into Joe Burrow as he's trying to deliver a deep ball to the right side. All right, 3rd and 17. And again, dude, I'm telling you, I'm lining up over that left guard as much as I can right now. 4 seconds on the play clock. They've got to get the snap away. Burrow just going to dump it off to his tight end on the right side. That's Drew Sample, and not even back to the line. And Lamar Jackson's coming out of the medical tent, kind of got a limp still, and I think he's walking back to the locker room. He turned around. I think he's trying to work it out, like trying to run. He's trying to. And with that, we're at the end of the first quarter. Baltimore Ravens are leading 7-3. Tenchi Masaki says, if Lamar is seriously injured more than 2 games, we need to end Bengal players' seasons. Oh, that's dirty. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to go that far, Tenchi, but I'm not going to lie. That's 2 injuries to the same, it's a known technique that causes injuries to the point that the NFL is thinking about banning it. It happens twice to Baltimore players as the player is holding on to Lamar's ankle that gets hurt as well and doesn't quite twist it, but I don't like seeing ever players hold on to their other players' legs like that. It just screams to me that if you were under the pile, you'd be twisting an ankle right now. So that's not the type of stuff I like to see coming from the Bengals players, and it worries me a little bit. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was Roquan, like you said, Tenchi, I'm starting to think about taking people's heads off. one more bad play from the Bengals, and I'm taking people's heads off. I'm pulling the old, like, 2000 Ray Lewis. Death on wings, you feel me? Logan in chat says, "This is why I hate the Bengals." Immediately followed by the Oak Squirrel. "This is why I love my team, aka the Bengals." Oh, this is why chat is so fun to have within the games, guys. I don't know about y'all, but I I love watching the game. Sometimes I don't enjoy streaming the game as much, but I also enjoy having other people to chat with, and it's a lot of us can't go to, a bar anymore. A lot of us might not have that small, bar in your hometown feeling, Maybe it's not even like, a Ravens bar, like I said, but it's not B-dubs. It's the locals hangout. It's that little hole in the wall, you know what I'm saying? We call it D-Rave. It's that little hole in the wall where everybody's welcome. We try to make everybody feel welcome and loved, and we're all here just to have a good time, and that's all I'm saying. Hey, Tenchi, I ain't saying hitting them low yet. That's a little like I agree with you. That's a little harsh. I ain't that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, guys, if you're here, hit that subscribe button if you don't mind, man. I'm trying to push to our next 500 goal, and if we hit 500 subscribers, I will immediately start scheduling a second game to call per week. And of course, I will focus mostly on teams that I know are subscribers and people that are here in chat. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And with that, we've got a 53-yard field goal attempt from Evan McPherson right now to try to make it a 7-6 game for the Bengals. Kick is up. It's pulling left. It's off. No good. And Baltimore's going to get. That's the first time a Ravens opponent has missed a field goal. My gosh. And the ball hooks left on McPherson. We're still at, and I mean, I'm telling you guys, that ball was maybe 3 feet in depth from being in probably before it hooked too far left. And with that, Lamar is coming back out for the Baltimore Ravens offense. Hey, we got our boy Payo time, the Canadian Rams fan, dropping in. It says, "Good luck to the Ravens." We love Payo in this chat, man. He's a really good content creator. His Rams had a really good draft class as well, and so we're always looking out for Payo a little bit. Tenchi says, "I grew up in the Baltimore area and still got that Baltimore mentality." Tenchi got that true Ray Ray mentality. What up? That's what when Payo drops into the chat. What up, dog? All right. 1st and 10. As Lamar said, "Hey, we good. We good." 180. Keaton Mitchell, handoff, going left, and nowhere really to go on that run. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. And guys, I'm so disappointed. I wanted to play flag football so bad at college this year because if I played, I was thinking about streaming and recording the games for the channel. I think it would be absolutely hilarious to be able to live stream the games on the channel, and interact with the chat during the games. I think that would absolutely, be 2nd and 9 after the run by Keaton Mitchell. Lamar Jackson looking over the middle and going for likely. No flag on the play. And late flag on the play. And that's my boy Isaiah Likely, the CCU Chanticleer. Canadian Rams fan Payo, thanks for the shout out. The Feelings Mutual collab the week before the Rams Ravens play. Oh, my guy. What week is that? I got to double check. But we'll absolutely make it happen, Payo. I would absolutely love to. Isaiah Likely with a good just slant outside, inside move. And I mean, I'm going to be honest, guys, honest flock. I don't think that should have been a penalty. I know we probably really needed the penalty, but I think that was pretty clean up until the point of catch. There was a little bit of holding onto his hips, but nothing really. Lamar going deep right. He's got a man. That's Bateman. And, that is a great play by the Bengals defensive back to get a leaping tap on the ball. That's Cam Taylor-Britt on the coverage. And Rashad Bateman almost able to get a clean catch on this go route. Bateman gets by him and has to slow down a little bit, I feel like, for the ball. And Britt does a great job of leaping to get a hand on that ball. 2nd and 10 after the leap pass attempt. Jackson going to run and just a couple. And that was hilarious. I swore you just heard Keaton Mitchell in the backfield yelling, "Go, go, go!" to Lamar, basically saying that like the blitz was coming off the left side kind of deal. And Justice Hill checks in the game for the Ravens. And I think he was probably expecting Keaton to step across the formation and pick up that blitz potentially, even though one did come from the right. But 3rd and 8 here. Baltimore trips left formation. Keep an eye on it. Blitz is coming from the right. Lamar just having a roll and just going to have to toss this ball to the crowd almost. And good job by the Bengals to bring a pressure from their left, or their right, our left. And with that, I'm guessing Jordan Stout's coming out. Hey, Bebop, welcome in, my guy. Hey, Bebop's a bro. Bebop would appreciate the Workaholics gif. What up, dog? Logan, if he could just hit those deep balls, dude, Lamar would be MVP unanimously. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Stout, short punt and fielded and taken down immediately on the play. Probably would have been just better off fair catching that. But if Lamar was able to really connect on these deep balls that he's missing by a stride, half a stride. Like on that throw, if you're watching, Bateman actually slows down a little bit once the ball's in the air and to adjust to it. And again, if Lamar was hitting those throws, unanimous MVP, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jamar Chase in motion here, trips left for the Bengals. It's going to be a draw play going up the middle, and pretty good game, but I believe that's Mixon on the play, and I'm guessing that's going to be a 2nd and 5. $12:52 and ticking here in the first quarter. It's one of those ones. I wonder why I could not just show the Twitch game essentially on my stream, since it's basically free on Twitch right now. But I also understand that technically they don't get the ad revenue correctly. You know what I'm saying? I think is their argument. Joe Burrow having to escape and just has to try to throw this one away. Almost intercepted on the play. Yep. 3rd and 4 here. Burrow definitely taking a couple of hits. You can see his jersey got some grass stains on it. And again, if I'm the Ravens, I'm going after the left guard, Volson, right now of the Bengals. Obviously showed a little bit of weakness here. Got to go after him. Ravens look like they are bringing pressure. Let's see if they do. They 4 with a spy. Burrow going deep, and he's got his man Hudson, and that's Tanner Hudson, the tight end. And they've talked about him a little bit, taken over a little bit as the tight end mostly for the Bengals, but obviously had some miscommunication issues, didn't understand the playbook, and he's on the out and up here, well run, and great ball by Joe Burrow on that out and up throw on the right side of the field. Brandon Stevens just a little late to get over there. 1st and 10. Handoff going up the middle, and maybe a gain of 4 on the play. And ball just at about the 50-yard line. I really wish, though, I could just show the Amazon game right now, like from Twitch, you know what I'm saying? Since it is just there for free, but whatever. 4 wide here for the Bengals. Play action. Going over the middle, and he's got Hudson. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Drew Sample. I'm sorry. Another one of the tight ends. That's crazy. The Bengals have 4 tight ends active tonight for this game. I'm watching the stream with that's pretty cool to know, Tenchi. I'm glad that I'm able to provide that to a certain degree. Hand up the middle. Going to be a good run, honestly, and probably going to bring up a 2nd and 7, my guess, after the run. 10-14 here on the clock, and the Bengals are slowly moving downfield. And the Browns are finding a little bit of success up the middle right now. Baltimore's got to figure something out there. Play clock at 1. And yeah, it's going to be a delay of game on the Bengals offense, backing them up. Delay of game. Offense. Delay of game. Offense. Second and 9 after the delay of game. Empty backfield for them. Screen going left, and not much on the play. A short gain, though, by Tyler Boyd. 3rd and 4 officially with 9 minutes here in the second quarter. We really need Baltimore to make some kind of stop right now, to be honest with you. Like, they're killing us with short screens and run. I mean, just got to get up after them. I'd be running some double A, but pressure. Burrow got a man over the middle again, and that's Tyler Boyd again. Let's watch this. We're lined up on the right side, stack formation. And yep, they just, with that stack formation, basically a screen, and takes too long for Brandon Stevens to catch up to Tyler Boyd. Unfortunate. Oh, blitz coming for the Ravens. And Mixon able to get away, and with a 1st down, and that's, I believe, a 1st and goal now after the screen setup. And the Bengals are successfully running a screen offense right now on the Ravens, trying to, I think, slow down this Ravens pass rush because they are getting some good pressures on Joe Burrow. Oh, apologies about that, guys. Okay, now it's a 1st and goal after that. Oh, my nose was starting to run. I was dying. Oh, squirrel, Ravens, Bengals, hot. All right, guys, I can feel it. The NFL scriptwriter said this is where Kyle Hamilton gets his pick 6. In the end zone, it's going to be 102 interception yard return touchdown. You're feeling it? I'm feeling it. And that's a false start on the Bengals. Burrow just throws the ball in the dirt because he's upset. And Burrow is letting his offensive line hear it a little bit. Come on, guys. Like, man, guys, it's almost time to refresh my beverage, and we're not even at halftime. That's not a good sign. First and goal. Ball at the 13-yard line of the Ravens. Burrow looking left. He's going short left, and got him, man. That's Mixon. Queen on the tackle, and ball down what looks like at the 4-yard line on a 2nd and goal. Jean Leger. I'm just going to say your name 3 times every single time. Man, and look at that time of possession this quarter. Bengals 6 minutes 59 seconds. Ravens 1 minute 54 seconds. Out earned us 8 yards to 3 yards. Burrow going short right, and Roquan not able to get there to Mixon, and Mixon's in for the touchdown for the Bengals. And with that, the Bengals are going to take this lead away from the Baltimore Ravens. Oh my gosh. And here we go. We got Boyd basically going to come in and set a slant screen. Make sure he doesn't touch Roquan, which is a good play by him. And Roquan, having to run around that screenplay or under it, unable to get the angle then he needs to get to Joe Mixon on that outside. And unfortunate. And McPherson is good on the PAT. And with that, guys, it is officially 10-7. Bengals over the Ravens. Oh. After Joe threw the ball, he's holding his throwing hand. And he's grasping a little bit. Did Joe Burrow just hurt his arm throwing? Oh my gosh, guys. All right, apologize real quick. I'm going to go refresh my beverage and all that before halftime so we can chill and talk at halftime more. Just in case we get raided by, one of the big streamers out there. Crossy. So I'll be right back, guys. Hang out with me for just a moment. Oh, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Let me know, man. What do y'all think, too? The Ravens are wearing those black uniforms today. What do y'all think? Chair stream! What do y'all think of the black uniforms of the Baltimore Ravens? Honestly, it's one of my favorite uniforms, of course. I think in the NFL in general. What the heck is going on? They're wrapping the ball in tape. And Joe Burrow just went into the medical tent. Something's going on with Joe Burrow's throwing hand after that throw. Oh, it looks like his hand got smacked a little bit by Clowney. Oh, and then his hand gets kind of smashed under his body weight on the previous hit. So Joe Burrow might be dealing now with a throwing hand injury as the injuries just continue to kind of mount up on both teams a little bit here. And Lamar Jackson coming back out for the Baltimore Ravens offense, always a good sign for us. I'm about to breathe fire for the stream. Zay Flowers with the end around and just short of the first down. I'm telling you guys, I'm just going to be speaking such truth. It's going to be like I'm talking, I'm on fire, you know, just speaking smoke, just blowing smoke, you know. We got special effects here on the stream, guys. Logan says I'm taking my angers out on the Bills right now. Logan over there. Fucking Bills, I hate Madden. 2nd and 3 after the end around. Screen pass, Zay Flowers. He's going to get it. Zay makes a man miss. He just needs a man. One block. Zay gonna take it all the way to the house, but there's a flag on the play. And we've got to see what the flag is. Lamar, I think, is begging with the ref saying, no, come on, man. It appears to be against the Ravens. Let's see what it is. Holding on the offense. Oh, they're bringing it back. Oh. And Zay had a screen pass all the way to the house. And Ravens fans, that's flock. That's why we've been trying to run screens. That's why, right there. And it is a hold technically on Odell. And that's something I've been wanting to get on Odell about a little bit. Oh, they're actually saying it's questionable. Bad call, so. Oh, even the announcers agree. That should be a touchdown for the Ravens. Tinchy says, I've always liked the black Ravens uniforms. If only I got a jersey, I get black. Oh, I know. The Ed Reed jersey I used to have was black. Hence why, of course, you can see my 57 jerseys black. Oh, the timeout. The refs are having to now take a timeout for an administrative issue. Meanwhile, Burrow looks like he's headed back to the locker room potentially. What is going on right now? Jake Browning, the backup quarterback. Oh, no. They're saying Joe Burrow cannot grip the football, and he literally cannot raise his elbow over his... He's in, like, tears trying to throw the football. I think Joe Burrow's done for the day, guys. Oh, my God. Wow. Wow. Chad Mears joining us in chat. What up, my guy? That is... Wow. That is just a crazy injury. Probably caused by Jadeveon Clowney tackling him and him falling on his hand. Or, of course, Jadeveon smacking his hand. God. And, of course, Joe Burrow's father is in the stadium today. So that is... Oh, there's a drone above the stadium, so that's why they've stopped there's a drone above the stadium, so they've stopped play at the game. And they're taking official timeout. Oak Squirrel is legitimately over there now, punching the wall probably. Remember, Oak, your name's not Kyle, so don't put holes in your mother's drywall. And as always, guys, don't forget, if you're here, you've chosen wisely, my friends. You've chosen wisely, my friends. Try to do exactly him. You've chosen wisely, my friends. But let's be honest here, guys. I don't ever really like to see like serious injuries like that. You know what I'm saying? So as much as it might benefit my Ravens in winning this game, I don't ever want to see an injury like that to someone like Burrow. Um, so I actually hope he's okay. I hope maybe it's just a strain, and he's just not able, to really. I kind of like these Geico commercials. I don't know about y'all. And Torrey Smith. Is that Joe Thomas, the left tackle of the Browns in that Geico commercial? I would love to win tickets to Super Bowl 58. I would go live from Super Bowl 58 NFL. Logan says, I'm happy at Joe Burrow leaving the game, but pissed off at the flag. Yeah, it's rough either way. And Joe had a hand wrap or had some device on his hand, so he's been struggling with something on that hand, and it must have got aggravated. Oak Squirrel says, I'm punching my pillow. You know what? I'm going to be honest. As someone who studied a lot of psychology therapy-wise, punching your pillow is a very good alternative and a good way to start changing your behaviors. Jackson going short left, and that's going to be Gus Edwards with the catch and just a gain of a few on the play. And 4:50 here on the clock in the second quarter, so Ravens are looking to execute a 4-minute offense here to conclude the second quarter and go into halftime, hopefully at least tied. Actually, you might argue I would move to a 2-minute offense, so you might have a chance to get the ball back since Burrow's not in. Beckham with a catch and almost taking a slant to the house. Out of bounds on the left side, started on the right side of the field. 28-yard catch by OBJ. OBJ lined up in the slot on the right side of this formation. Just going to slant, come across, caught him, and get around the safety a little bit, basically, as we've seen OBJ do quite a bit for us. And like I said, guys, OMG for Life says, what app do you watch the games on? This game, OMG, is on Amazon, Twitch, Amazon, basically. So it's free on Twitch. You can watch the game live on Twitch, by the way. Lamar going to try to scramble and nowhere to go. Runs into his own lineman. And almost. Yeah, so OMG for Life, you can actually, you could technically tune in to the Twitch. They should have the game live. Amazon, I believe. And then you can mute it and come chill with us. And OBJ going on that go route this time. And, yeah, he's got a deep guy sitting over top of him. 2nd and 12, 3:08 left. Lamar got a man short. That's going to be Justice Hill, and good gain to make this a 3rd and manageable. 2:58. Joe Burrow still in the X-ray room. Officially still questionable. Official report says is his right wrist, aka his throwing wrist. So that is heartbreaker for Houday Nation. Forktail back in the chat. Come on, Ravens. I know we got to put some points up. 3rd and 6. Lamar going over the middle and got a man. That's Nelson Agholor. He makes a few man miss and he's going to go in. A front flip into the end zone, but there's a flag on the play. What's the flag on? We've got to wait and see again. I hear the refs blowing the whistles desperately. Logan says, I just killed the Bills to release my anger. And they're still celebrating, indicating, I'm guessing this is against the Bengals. Let's wait and see. Illegal use to the hands to the face defense. That penalty is going to be declined. The result of the play is a touchdown. Nelson Agholor putting on his best OBJ impression. I think coming on a slant, it looked like across the field. And then just taking it to the house. Let's watch. He's lined up, not in the exact slot, but the second one there, and just basically, crosser, and just takes it all the way to the house, makes a couple men miss, and the front flip into the end zone. And Tucker here to make this a 14-10 game. And it is. And with that, it's still 2 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the second, meaning the Ravens can still use it. Oh, on that touchdown, Pratt had a hand on the ball, and the ball still, after a tip from Pratt, still ends up in the hands of Nelson Agholor. It just crazy circus play right there a little bit. Da-na-na, da-na-na. You're going to see that on the on ESPN probably tomorrow. Let's be honest, especially considering this is Thursday night, so we got to wait for Sunday for the rest. That's definitely going to be on ESPN tomorrow morning. Where's the under-over on that? Can I bet on that, Vegas? Forktail, yes. Joe Burrow got hurt. Jadeveon Clowney was rushing him and, one time swatted his hand basically as he threw. And then as Joe Burrow went down, he came down on the same hand, his throwing hand. And Joe Burrow went in for x-rays. We haven't got an update. He's officially questionable. And then they showed us some pregame game footage where Joe Burrow actually had a wrap and a device on that right hand to probably help with the swelling is what it was. So I doubt we're going to see him. The quarterback coming in for the Bengals is going to be Jake Browning. And so, like I said, Baltimore here with 2:20, Tucker kicking it away. As long as we get a touchback, we should, and it is. We will get a advantage of a 2-minute warning, and Baltimore still has all 3 timeouts officially, and Burrow looks like he might be walking back out, but they just literally turned him back around. They literally turned him back around, and he's going, looks like, back into the locker room. That was hilarious. All right, Browning, 1 career attempt prior today. Raven fans making some noise. Fake toss, play action, going to the left side, and he's got a man. And that's going to be a first down. And with his second career pass attempt, it's a completion for a first down. He made his NFL debut week 1 against the Browns, had 1 career pass in his first season. Jake Browning from Washington. Forktail Devil, Lamar seems to be mostly okay. I'm guessing more than likely his ankle probably has some swelling. Probably going to be a strain, almost like an hyperextension, but not really. So a strain or sprain. They probably gave him a cortisol shot in the medical tent, and he'll probably be okay for the game as long as the offensive line keeps him okay. We will have to keep an eye on, though, Trey Hendrickson has been lining up as the right edge defender for the Bengals, lined up against, of course, Patrick McCary at left tackle. And he has kind of played pretty well against McCary so far. So you know, we need to make sure that we have like Ricard or someone keeping an eye. Seeing as Sam Hubbard is out for the Bengals, part of the inactive list today, that really helps the Ravens on not having to, I feel like, worry about both sides as much. We've already seen the Bengals bring in some secondary pressures, so I would prefer to see the Ravens kind of, shift more attention to Trey Hendricks inside, just off base, and then of course look for the blitz coming on the opposite side. If it comes to Trey's side, you already have extra protection slid to that way, aka Ricard, Gus on a chip block, any tight end, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see if Todd Monken is up to the snuff, right? Let's take a look. Let's see how we're doing in fantasy right now. I had to make sure to actually get everything set up. Okay, officially in from the NFL, 8:59. Mark Andrews has been officially ruled out for the remainder of tonight's game versus the Bengals. So it's official. We will not see Mark Andrews for the rest of the night. Joe Burrow is officially questionable return against the Ravens due to the wrist injury is what they're officially calling it. Handoff going left. That's going to be Mixon on the play and Queen on the coverage. So, of course, though, here's the one, Bengals. Oh, we got a flag on the play. Let's wait and see what that is. But let me talk to Bengals fans specifically. Who Dey Nation? Because I like to tell people, even though I'm a Ravens fan, I'm a fan of football, which means I can't give up all hope for you. Hold on. Illegal use of the hands from the defense. Man, they are calling this a lot tonight. And they're going to add penalty onto this play, automatic first down here. But the Ravens have been struggling to cover the halfbacks of the Bengals. Basically, they've been spreading the linebackers to the outsides, and they've actually been struggling against your offense. That's something any quarterback can do at a short game in the NFL. Pair it with a strong run game. Roquan just bulldozed. Who was that? Oh my God. Roquan just took all his frustration out on who was. No, they're showing the replay. Let's watch it, guys. Watch this. It's going to be the halfback coming across on the pass, Joe Mixon, and just bam, just bulldoze Joe Mixon over. Oh. He says, weight room, get off me, little boy. And if Joe Burrow hadn't got rid of the ball, that'd have been a sack for Roquan. 2nd and 10 here. Ball on the 45-yard line of the Bengals. Screenplay, Mixon, able to make an amazing one-hand catch and then able to slip away from the Ravens defenders. Took what was going to be what looked like a loss into a pretty good gain for the Bengals. So that, again, we get tons of good plays to start. I need to get a gift for that, to be honest with you. ESPN, top 10 gift, to be honest with you. Third and 3. Big third down here for Jake Browning. Trips right here. Keep an eye on it for the Bengals. He's looking there. And, what a catch. That's going to be Trent Irwin. Catch over the middle with a man all over him. And Jake Browning showing he's got some good short game right now. And does a good job in his reads. He starts out looking left, moves back to the middle right where that trips formation is, and pretty good job, honestly. Let me ask, if I still got Oak Squirrel in the chat, my guy, is there anything you know about Jake Browning? Oh. We've got an official review if that was actually a catch. As they said, don't touch that dial. Don't touch that back button. Oh my gosh. I keep going to like blow my nose, guys. Sorry, and I don't know if I'm getting like sick, and then like I just have like a lot of like mucus in my throat. And I'm not trying to get y'all expose y'all to that. You feel me? Make y'all listen to that. You gotta admit, guys, though, the Baltimore secondary has played pretty good right now. Again, and these are some of the stat lines we talked about here in a little bit in the pregame. Coming into this game, according to PFF, Kyle Hamilton coming in with an 81.8 grade in man coverage. That ranks #1 among safeties in the NFL. Brandon Stevens, of course, playing cornerback for the Ravens, absolutely deserves the Pro Bowl nod. 427 snaps without allowing a touchdown coming into this game, playing out of his mind. And Roquan Smith, of course, coming off a career game last week with the Browns, 21 tackles in that game. And Tyler Linderbaum, the center for the Ravens, playing outstanding football, not only in the run game, but his pass block rating, according to PF, an 82.9. That ranks #1 among centers in the NFL. So a lot of Ravens need some Pro Bowl love, guys. Don't forget to add those Pro Bowl votes for your favorite Ravens. And let's say, and oh, they say he did not maintain catch going to the ground after the review. And that's Arthur Mullet, actually, technically, then. And so what's funny is we got a stat here we have on our matchup today. I didn't get to Mike Hilton today, according to Zay Flowers. Mike Hilton being the #8 ranked slot corner in the NFL. You know who's ranked #9 right behind him? Arthur Mullet. So Arthur Mullet in coverage on that play, maybe just through contact, able to break it open a little bit. And Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Bengals, looked like he's going to go for it on 4th and 3. Baltimore's got to make sure they don't jump off sides here. I absolutely would try at least to get them to jump. It looks like I feel like that's all they're trying to do. And that's exactly what they were trying to do. Just trying to get them to jump off sides. Ravens defense does a good job of not falling for it. And punt team now coming out here for the Bengals. Baltimore going to get this ball back with about 1:38 left on the clock. Jason says, was just thinking you should put a big mirror behind you. I know. What's funny about that, Jason Danzy in chat. Recently this room, I've talked about it. Me and my girlfriend. While we're waiting for the punt, I'm just going to talk a little bit life and fun. Me and my girlfriend like to play games together in our off time. So we actually have matching desks, like $500 PC desks. So we have like desk, bookshelf, desk, and then the stuff behind me, which is entertainment center. Hold on. Line drive boot and goes into the end zone. So touchback here for the Ravens. But so a lot of times at night, what I do to like make it more vibey and moody in here for her, where you see behind me, right below the jersey, you'll see it's actually the training camp roster work from training camp. Actually, I technically have 2 because my girlfriend went with me, so we'll show that off a little. But all right, 1st and 10. Lamar Jackson getting pressured, having to roll out right, and just gonna have to throw this ball away. And Lamar just getting chased all day. But so right where that thing is below my jersey, I'll bring a TV in, guys, and I'll put on a fireplace basically, and turn the lights off. So we're just sitting here with our 2 PCs and the fireplace behind us playing games, and she absolutely loves it. And I almost put it back there for the stream, but I thought it'd be weird. 2nd and 10. Lamar Jackson gonna have to roll out to his left this time. Oh, and just tries a sidearm one to Likely and zips right through his hands. And after that, it's a 3rd and 10. Baltimore's got to get something going here. They really could use. I would absolutely love just a field goal. Oh, and Likely just takes his eyes off the ball for just a moment. 3rd and 10 after the miss by Likely. Lamar got a good pocket going over the middle, and the ball's way too high and almost picked off. And we've got a flag on the play. Might be a holding call on the defense. Let's wait and see. Pass interference on the defense, even better. And that's on Owuzie. Agholor, the intended wide receiver, out of the slot from the right side. And I mean, yeah, that's technically illegal contact into holding and then still holding them all the way across the field. Definitely a pass interference call at that point. I'd say a good call by the refs. Lamar, pretty good pocket going left side, and that's Odell, and a 1st down. Ball just short of the 50-yard line, and they're trying to pick up the pace of the offense, and we've got another Bengals player down. That's number 92, DJ Hill, who's one of the starting defensive tackles, and Hendrickson's over there on a knee as well. He went down right at the snap. Let's watch the replay. Oh, no. And Hill, the defensive tackle of the Bengals, looks like he grasped his left knee immediately on the play, and we're on another injury timeout as the Bengals might have just lost another starter. With I don't know, just the way he went down, that could be a else. If I had to take a guess, the way it was his left knee, it was on the outside ligament, which is LCL. It's what I think the lateral ligament. So that's probably like a lateral or medial tear in his knee, if I had to take a medical guess. And if so, again, that's a heartbreaker for Bengals fans and Who They Nation. Like, I'm just sorry for y'all. Do you even know what yada yada is, bro? You shouldn't yada yada that. Yada yada. I'm already in an ad. Sorry, guys. Some of the commercials actually get to me. But I'm going to be honest with you, chat. I really wish they would stop showing food because I'm so hungry. I would love to ask though. I'm trying to hold off on some of these conversations more for halftime because I've got some questions for the Ravens fans that I have in chat, like Flock, I've got some questions for Bengals fans. Especially if Burrow's injury is bad. Lee Bradby says, order a pizza. It's not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea. The only downside, the gate function is kind of iffy at my apartment complex. And even though there's a way for them to find and call me, it's half the time I notice it doesn't even work. And I've seen Ubers and like delivery drivers literally just turn around and be like, can't get in, later. And I have been drinking alcohol, and like a responsible adult and driver, I will not be driving any tonight. 1st and 10, Jackson escapes. This time likely able to make the catch and out of bounds on the left side of the field, but we've got a flag on the play. We're waiting to see what it is from the refs here. That's going to be holding against John Simpson, the left guard. So one thing we've talked a little bit about John Simpson, the left guard, even though sometimes his PFF grade hasn't shown, supposedly, let's watch this play real quick. Yeah. But John Simpson, according to PFF, supposedly has 7 big-time blocks in the NFL this season, which supposedly is leading the NFL. So absolutely been a pretty good addition from the Raiders. And what's kind of funny is supposedly he trained at the gym down the road from me, or trains at like the gym location, like branch that is down the. Jackson going deep left and Flowers, and we've got a flag, and Flowers is just pointing at DJ Turner, said, "Got you, man. Got you." Lee Bradley says, grilled cheese sandwiches it is then. And we've got pass interference on the defense. Automatic first down at the ball. At the place of the foul. First down, Ravens. Logan says, I got a new charger and I'm chilling. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's a questionable call, but whatever. I'm going to be honest, I might be making something really good for tonight, chat. It's one of the reasons I would love to start also like a cooking and food YouTube channel separately, of course. Hold on, I'll go after this play. 1st and 10, blitz coming. That's Odell short left and, spins out, makes a man miss, and then spins out of bounds, and clock stop with 41 seconds left. OBJ having himself a night. OBJ eating the PBJ. You know what I'm saying? But recently, chat, I've been hand making spicy crab rolls, like sushi from rolls from scratch. And I've actually been doing a really good job. My girlfriend's loved them so much. We've eaten them like 4 times over the past 2 weeks. And I technically have everything to make my own sushi tonight. So small chance she might be like, babe, I really want sushi. And I'll be like, well, guess who's making sushi tonight? Start slicing up some avocados, some cucumbers, making my own spicy mayo. Get the sushi rice cooking and cooling. Get that rice vinegar spread over it. You know what I'm saying? I've actually been making a lot of pizzas from scratch lately as well. Like recently I made my own pizza, breadsticks, and garlic knots from scratch. And so instead of ordering pizza, I've been making my own pizza, to be honest, and it's way cheaper. 2nd and 8. Lamar Jackson looking deep left. He's going there. That's Odell. And while, yes, he was pushed over, that's technically an uncatchable ball. So a good no call by the refs on that play. Lee Bradley says, better eat before you slur your speech, bro. I know. Honestly, my speech is so off par tonight that I'm a little ashamed of it. I guess I just need to slow down my pace a little bit. Your boy definitely suffers from a little bit of ADHD, if you know what I'm saying. 3rd and 8, 28 seconds left here. 14-10 Ravens. Lamar looking right, looking left, going to roll out, going left. He's got a man. That's Bateman, and touchdown Ravens. Lamar with another touchdown to our boy Bateman. Hey, told you, be quiet. Be quiet. Good job by Lamar Jackson to buy some time on that play. And Baltimore, barring the extra point attempt, is going to take a 21-10 lead here before halftime. And that's exactly what we want to see from the Ravens. Lee Bradley says, dude, you're ruining football by talking about sushi. Hey, maybe I'm talking about my own pizza makes it better, right? And that's what I'm saying. If I did a cooking channel, I right after this, guys, I'd be like, all right, here's how I make my own pizza from scratch. I know Lamar is, of course, my fantasy football quarterback, and so we're looking for some points tonight. Lamar Jackson, of course, fantasy football-wise, up to now 17.44 points this week. Keaton Mitchell, though, got me negative 0.4. Killing me. And I almost started Gus Edwards in my flex, and I'm kicking myself because he's got 9.5 already. I know I'm breaking all kinds of fantasy football rules this year, guys. Don't worry about it. Lee Bradley says, pizza, yes. Sushi, no. Let's ask the chat, man. Right now, guys, pizza is winning in the chat. Are you going to let pizza win like that? Let me know. Say it in one word. Pizza or sushi. It's that easy. But we're expecting a kneel down here from the Bengals with 23 seconds left, getting ready for halftime. Lee Bradby says in chat, I've been watching Lamar since his very first play at Louisville, which was an interception. He's an outstanding young man. It's always fun to watch him. I'm very glad we signed him to an extension. We don't know if this is going to be it looks like they're going to hand it off and hand off up the middle and going nowhere. Azo's on the pizza side, so we're officially 2-0 on the pizza side. Oof, that's rough, man. Like, if I had my stream bots up, I would actually create a poll for it. Oh, man. Y'all, why y'all killing me? Y'all 3 on the pizza side. Nobody's for sushi? No sushi fans? Like, at all? All right. Lee, Azo, Tenchi. I guess I'm inviting everybody over for sushi one day. And we're going to have... I don't make many sushi, but we're going to have some sushi. Hey, Logan's on my side. We got 1 sushi. Hey, Logan, and it... Wait, oh. Azo says, now I want pizza. I'm so sorry. I make a pretty good pizza. I'm telling you this. Let me give y'all another, like, super cheat hack, all right? Let me give you this. If you don't feel like making your own pizza dough from scratch, right? Like, and you don't really, have the time to spend to rise the dough and don't feel like doing all the kneading process, right? If you have a Publix in your area, Publix sells for dirt cheap in like the deli section near where like the bread is in this certain little small area, these little like pre-made doughs basically. And so you basically let that rise for an hour at room temp and then stretch it out and, make your pizza. And I'm telling you, oh, it's such a good cheap like hack for dough, honestly. And then I can still make a pizza that way from scratch cheaper than any frozen pizza there is out there, and I'm telling you, my pizza's better. Like, Lee Brother says, only Logan. He must be a Cowboys fan. That's dirty. He's a true Baltimore fan. He's like, I'm by the ocean. I'm eating sushi and crab all day. Azo says, Pillsbury. But yeah, I'm telling you, that cheat dough at Publix, the grocery store, that's where it's at. And then what's kind of funny is I usually go get a pizza sauce from like the shelf. You know, the pizza sauce though, each pizza sauce lasts differently, like different times, right? So like biscuits make great pizza dough. They actually kind of do, Lee. They do. I used to have a pizza cook, and I brought him in from Cracker Barrel actually, and he was like, actually, in this pizza stone, like we had a stone oven. He's like, I could make you with Cracker Barrel's recipe the best buttermilk biscuits you've ever had in your life. And so, of course, me being the lead server who brought this cook on as part of our staff, I went to the ownership and I'm like, hey guys, we're struggling in breakfast. I'm gonna tell you right now, this kitchen was so bad it could have been on Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, guys. They would go and buy biscuits from Hardee's, like the fast food restaurant right beside us, bring those biscuits in, put them under a heat lamp, and then sell those as our biscuits. And that's what this restaurant did. And then I brought them a cook who can make them handmade buttermilk biscuits in their stone pizza oven from scratch. And they're like, nah, we'd rather fail and stop serving breakfast. And I'm like, yeah, this is why restaurants don't succeed. Laziness, just pure laziness. And of course, guess what? They are closed now. And officially a right wrist injury for Joe Burrow, and he's out. Oh, we've got Amar Rich watching this game commentary from Punjab, India. Nice live game commentary. Ravens go again after halftime. I'm Elliott City resident enjoying my vacation trip. Good job, Ravens. Hey, welcome in from Elliott City and from all the way from Punjab, India. My guy. I love seeing the international crowd up in here. I actually follow a lot of international news, albeit a lot of it's British. So British having a very interesting relationship with India. We just want to protect the authenticity of that recipe, that tikka. Uh, I need to Amarijit, I need to ask you, man. I've been trying to get my girlfriend to eat curry, and I've got some good curry seasonings that in my spice cabinet that I've been like eyeballing forever. I want to make a good curry. What's the secret to a good curry? I would think you would know. I hope that's not stereotypical. If if so, I apologize, to be honest with you. But all right, let's talk about while we're at halftime. Of course, normally we run down across the NFL for different, scores and such, but that's not the story today. So, if you didn't notice, Ravens flock Broderick Washington, of course, we signed him to an extension in the offseason, has not been having the season that we truly, I think, wanted from him. And, I think it's a little concerning. I think it's why there have been whispers about the Ravens bringing in Ndamukong Suh to bolster this defensive line depth. Lee Bradley says that's sad for Joe, great for the Ravens. Charles Kodowitz joining us. OBJ and Roquan aren't getting flags and the fines. John Pollock joining us. Go Ravens. Hey, welcome in, guys. Welcome in. So I would love to know, what do y'all think about potentially adding another addition to the defensive line for the Ravens? And of course, is there any other position in mind for the Ravens that you feel like you would make another address, And of course, like we talked about earlier, Mark Andrews officially ruled out for the game today. um, do you think also will the Ravens be able to get Justin Madubuike to an extension? Hey, we got big boy performing at M&T Bank Stadium. But fire crew. But why do I even have like? And also, I would love to get. I just have so many questions. I need to start more polls. I mean, though, it's a little sad for Bengals fans, but the chance that without Joe Burrow coming back into this game, will the Bengals truly be able to stay in this game? Especially being down 21-10 now and having to, they're going to have to push the ball downfield. They're not going to be able to rely on a run game and a short dump off kind of game, you know. Welcome back, Logan. Welcome back. What up, dog? But but it's definitely starting to look pretty interesting across the AFC, dude, because the Bills definitely aren't who they are. If Burrow's hurt, is the Bengals season kind of done? You know what I'm saying? Trevor Lawrence is apparently having some knee issues, and the head coach of the Jaguars has even said basically they're going as far as Trevor Lawrence's health goes. Azo said, I decided to keep the Mexican theme going and grabbed a chimichanga. Oh, I hate you, chat. I'm so hungry. You know what I really love? How do y'all feel about Culver's Butter Burgers? If you haven't had a Culver's burger, I'm telling you, it's pretty good. Joe Burrow officially questionable to return, but it looks like he is walking back out to the field right now, so Charles Kodovich says for the Ravens, I don't know. Lions got 3-time Pro Bowl Bruce Irvin. We got 3 more defensive players and Donovan Peoples. I know the Lions are no joke, honestly. I think what happened with the Lions is their right tackle got caught slipping Sewell against the Ravens, and we were able to apply a pressure basically. And again, for the Ravens, I think you have to continue to pressure the left guard Volston of the Bengals. I think he's shown a lot of weakness early in this game already. And I would love to just see, again, just expose him. Just basically, I switch out Madubuike and Peters. Basically say, hey, one of you takes turns holding nose point and holding point of attack. The other one gets to bull rush the left guard and literally take turns on it, essentially. Um, I think he's that weak essentially that we could expose it. Logan says, "Never call me a Cowgirls fan ever again." uh, you know what's funny, guys? They're showing an Etsy commercial. One of the things I've talked to my girlfriend about recently is I would love to buy some silicone molding stuff as well as a 3D printer as well as a carpet gun. If you haven't seen the viral clip of Lamar asking to buy the carpet from the guy in the stands at M&T Bank Stadium, I've talked about doing those styles of carpets with my girlfriend for a long time. So I think it would be really cool potentially here soon, as you know, the stream expands, that if I could take like custom orders for like carpets and various other things, like case in point, I have this Baltimore Ravens helmet koozie style thing. I could easily 3D print this if I'm not mistaken. And just little things like that, and sell them in my shop that I would like to put out soon. Logan says, I hope that Joe Burrow is out. Oof. Charles Kodovich says, yeah, well, we had 12 or 13 more injuries that game. Yeah, yeah. Azos in chat says, my original hope was the first half was going to be a blowout so I could switch to the Gold War knowing we were going to win or throw it at the end, which I wouldn't want to watch anyway. Yeah, I agree. And we talked about it, though. The Ravens actually have bucked their trend of getting ahead early, but it's became about closing games again, which it's just so funny. The constant conversation I feel like for the Ravens is this. Cold start. We can't get started quick early. And then when we get started quick early, we can't. Oh, the Ravens can't close a game. Oh, the Ravens can't close a game, But again, like we talked about this stat line earlier, since 2021, Baltimore has lost 9 games with a 7-point lead starting in the fourth quarter, which is like unheard of. I think that's a 20% trend to an 80%. Like usually you win 80% of the time with that trend and that lead, I think. Azo says, I'm making pottery and I've got myself a Ravens on. That's cool, dude. I've always loved pottery. One of those, okay, officially, we will not see Joe Burrow play more than likely, but Joe Burrow is back on the sidelines. I've always loved doing pottery. I had a teacher in South Carolina that was a pottery teacher, and she also brought in some people known from what's called the Agholor tribe, which are like an indigenous tribe based out of like Charleston area and a former like slave community. And they do a lot of like basket weaving and arts and stuff, and so I got to learn basket weaving from the Gullah culture, which was really cool. Charles Kodovich says, what do you think of Govs and Montgomery? Oh, man. So kickoff goes back in the end zone, and we're going to get Jake Browning coming out here for the Bengals. And let's say this. Gibbs Montgomery, what's so funny, Kodovich, is I've seen that Montgomery has been playing outstanding for y'all, honestly, where it shouldn't have been a conversation, and it is. No matter what, I'm about riding the hot hand. I think Gibbs has, of course, this huge potential for y'all in the future, and you should be excited for him for years to come. And Lee Bradby says, poor Joe Burrow. Man, I even feel bad for Joe, to be honest with you. And going to be a handoff up the middle. Good spin move by Mixon, but taken down, maybe gain of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8. Azo says, let me get your hot take on the XFL. Oh, Azo, man, why you got to say that, bro? So I live, in Florida. We have the Orlando Guardians not too far from us. I am taller and way more than every tight end on the roster, and your boy thought about going and trying out for the XFL. But I would need a lot of work, honestly, physically, before I ever got back in football shape. Because like I said, I've told chat before, I don't know if y'all know, I grew up playing against Hunter Renfro, the wide receiver of the Oakland Raiders when I was younger. He went to Socastee High School. I was supposed to. I ended up going to St. James High School. And Tyler Thigpen, the former Kansas City Chiefs quarterback, I think he played for the Dolphins as well for a while. Used to play in my flag football league, in my city flag football league. Where he actually couldn't play quarterback. He played wide receiver because no one could catch passes from him. So it's one of those ones. I've played against some NFL caliber guys, so I also can, that's why I think I can say I can physically see the difference between like NFL speed and like close to it. You know what I'm saying? When I played a little bit of semi-pro football at one point. I played tight end. My official measurements, height 6'2" and 7/8, so just under 6'3". My hand measurements 10 3/4, which is about the same size as Sammy Watkins. And 40 time with no weight room, no conditioning before my walk on. I ran a 4.740 at 230 pounds. Pass over the middle, and he's got a man over the middle. And that's Trent Irwin again for a first down for the Bengals. So Honestly, like I said, guys, deep down, I would truly love to work as a scout for some NFL team. I don't care who it is. Of course, the dream would be for the Baltimore Ravens. They do have officially my resume on roster, but I don't really have any coaching or scouting experience, so it's kind of hard to get into scouting, which is why we did our pre-draft special, which is again looking outstanding right now. And Ty almost gets there. Urban chasing, Van Noy chasing, and Browning able to scramble out to the right side, and a pretty good gain of what looks like 6 on the play, maybe 7. And Jake Browning able to get a good play. And Azo, I know the potential for overlooked players. That's why I love the draft. And again, for those that have not watched it yet, I did a pre-draft special, one for offense, one for defense, all focused on guys that I thought would be second round or later picks. And again, my running back room makes me look like a pro NFL scout. And overall, I could field a pretty good, solid team based upon rookies that I looked at in my pre-draft specials. 11:31. He's going to go deep left, and they might give him a flag. Not going to get it. Darby on the coverage. And 3rd and 5 now for the Bengals. 11:26 here in the third. Logan says, I hope you get the position for the Ravens. I would, man, Logan, like I said, it would be a dream come true. The amount of things I would change in my life. And again, I hope y'all know that what you see here on the stream is slightly a personality. You know, the drinking, the hanging out, the use of certain words and language. You know what I'm saying? You pay what you get for to a certain extent. And, of course, this is all free. 3rd and 5. Quick snap, pressure by Queen, and we've got a flag on the play. The refs are trying to make sure that no one gets to him. Delay of game on the offense, back him up, and Baltimore going to get a good chance here at Jake Browning. I would love it. And again, I'm going to give one of my draft stories, guys. I've always been a fan of the draft, partly because, of course, the Ravens have always built on the draft. 3rd and 10, by the way, after the penalty. And, oh, my God. Dude, the head coach, Zach Taylor, of the Bengals literally looks like he's about to fight the ref right now. Like, oh, my God. Blitz coming for the Ravens. They're going to hit him. Ball's away. That's definitely a pass interference. It's got to be. It is. And that's Rock Lee Yasin. Obviously a pass interference. Irvin, the intended receiver for the Bengals. And that's going to give the Bengals the ball all the way deep in the Ravens side of the field. Logan, I agree. I would start almost any job I could to get in, But I had a heat stroke, so there's only so much I can do to a certain extent anymore, which is also why I don't think I could ever play football in the XFL. We'll talk more stories here after some of the plays. My apologies. 1st and 10, 11:20 here in the third quarter. Ravens still nursing a 21-10 lead over the Bengals. And again, if Joe Burrow is hurt, handoff going up the middle, not much to gain there. If Joe Burrow is hurt and the Bengals fall to 5-5 on the season, is their season kind of over? And if so, what do we start looking forward to as the Bengals fan base essentially? There's a lot of positions, Logan, inside the Ravens, and like I said, I would take any to start kind of getting my way in. But the thing is, it would also have to be a job that paid enough to live in Baltimore, basically, which is not easy. Oweh with the pressure, but unable to get there. Browning running out to the left side, and he's going to be short. Going to bring up what looks like a 3rd and maybe 6 on the play. Clock is still ticking, 10:30. And like they're saying here in the broadcast, once you get in the red zone, this is where you get tested as a quarterback. The throw windows get a lot tighter, and you really have to be able to deliver with timing on these. We've got Chimera in here. My Bills guy, Bengals, you disappoint me. ... Oh, we got a couple people joining in. Raymond Solis says Joe Burrow on the game room. And pass going to be just short of the line to gain, it looks like. But they're going to say incomplete, actually. So 4th and 5. Joe Burrow is having a throwing wrist injury, Raymond. Officially probably not coming back to the game. Charles Kodovich says Gatorade. No Joe Burrow, no Bungles, says Lee. And that's what I'm saying. If the Bengals lose and fall 5-5, all I'm saying is Evan McPherson's my fantasy football kicker, and I'll take all these field goals right now, to be honest. McPherson out here for the kicking attempt, and chip shot is good. And with that, it's a one possession game now. Ravens still lead though, 21-13 with 9:56 here. Hey, Chimera, I've got a gift for you, my guy. What up? But so for Ravens fans, should we add another defensive lineman like Ndamukong Suh to the rotation? What do you think of the Vikings' playoff chances? Broderick Washington, lower play, of course, adding to that a thought of adding maybe Suh. Trevor Lawrence's knee issues continuing to bug him. Are the Jaguars out of the AFC contention as well? All right, and I've got a real question here. And don't forget, guys, like Joe says from Family Guy, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Chimera says it almost makes up for Monday night. But I've got a weird one. I like this would be funny. And no better place to test it than the XFL. How would you feel? Has anyone seen the Savannah Bananas, the baseball team that does like all the dancing and weird stuff, and they've got even like the dancing umpire? How would you feel about like Savannah Banana style football or refs basically in the XFL? Would you laugh at it? Would you think it was funny? Would it get someone punched? Like, that's not even a play. That's a Big Ziti recipe. Oh, Big Ziti. It's Ziti time, boys. Let's go to lunch. Wait, what? Stream Black Friday football? What? I'm so confused. Yeah, can you imagine, guys, like after a touchdown, Orlando Guardians, and the refs just there on the end zone just twerking? The refs are celebrating harder than the players. It's like a competition between who can celebrate harder after the touchdown, the players or the refs. Who's got the better coordinated touchdowns? I honestly think it would create some pretty good content, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm crazy, but Lee Bradley says it's 420 somewhere. It's 720 here is what I'm saying, my boy. Oh yeah, Chimera, that's definitely a talking point. Ken Dorsey has been fired in Buffalo. How do you feel about that, Chimera? Can I get your official thoughts on that? Also, Chimera, let me let you know, I'm officially working in a call-in line. Just like my boy Sip2 Tally, coach of Baltimore Ravens content creator, I'm working on it, guys, on getting a call-in line so you could actually call in into live on the channel. So we're looking in on it. So look forward to it. Gus Edwards with a big run off the right side, and he's going to be tackled at the 50-yard line. And Gus Edwards continuing to show why he's the number one back in Baltimore. Hey, my boy Chad Mears says, got that Bart Scott jersey in the background. I say it's a legacy to the 57 in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? It's like a legacy. Bart, CJ, like all the boys. Logan says, it's 10:22. Hush, Logan. It's 7:10 somewhere, is what I'm saying. Lamar Jackson, clean pocket here. Finds Mark Andrews. Or I'm sorry, that's not Mark Andrews. I'm sorry, that's Charlie Kolar, the third string tight end for Baltimore, and another first down. Lee Bradley says, sound like 420 to me. And of course, Joe Burrow officially out. Handoff up the middle. That's Gus, and a solid gain. Looks like 6 on the play. Chimera says, I've been begging for it since our playoff loss last year. Hopefully, with him out calling the vanilla plays, I won't be allowed to thrive. But I have the fear the ministries may extend to McDermott. Solid take, my boy Chimera. I feel you on that. Logan, what part of PA are you from, my guy? I spent a long time in Allentown, Pennsylvania, to be honest with you. 2nd and 3 after the run up the middle by Gus Edwards. Ricard in motion right. Keep an eye on it. But stacked formation left. Gus Edwards going to run up the middle and got the first down. What looks like a gain and maybe 4 or 5 on the play. Lee Bradley says it's 8:22 in Southwest Texas. Oh, are you in... That would be Mountain Time if I'm not mistaken, Lee. Are you in Mountain Time in Texas? That's so weird. Charles says, do you remember us talking about the Ravens getting rid of all the Wolverines? I remember that, actually. Talking about, are you talking about Ross, the former linebacker from the Michigan Wolverines? I'm lower PA, Logan says. I've actually been in Pottsville, PA as well, which is a very weird area. 1st and 10. Lamar going a short pass. That's Keaton Mitchell. And good reception by the young rookie on the right side. And just short of the first down. Maybe 2nd and 2, my guess. Lee, if you're in Mountain Time, I actually used to live out in Colorado Springs, Colorado a few years ago. I absolutely miss it out there. And Mountain Time, though, it messed with me. I've lived in Eastern Time, Central Time, Mountain Time. I have not lived in Western Time yet, or Pacific Time yet, but Lee says, I lived in Oil City 1 year until it snowed. Handoff. Oh, no, Lamar's going to keep it going left and got the first down. And 6:45 as Lamar definitely should not be running the ball. Seems like he's kind of ginger on that left leg. Charles Kodovich says, then Harbaugh Gate happened. It happened. I think Ravens got rid of them, making sure there was no connection. I mean, technically there's still the Mike McDonald connection, but, you know, he's just too good to get rid of, I guess. Unless he's cheating, which, God, I hope he's not. Logan says, I live 3 hours away from the Ravens Stadium. That's super dope. Keaton Mitchell with the handoff, and he slips on the play. That's 2 slips for the rookie. Change that man's cleats. He's got to get some different cleats because that's the 2nd time Keaton slipped now. That's pretty cool, Logan, though. I actually, when we stayed for the training camp, we stayed out there at Owing Mills. And then, of course, we drove into the stadium. And I've also done a good bit of time in Lynchburg, Virginia, which is not too far away. 2nd and 7. Lamar having to climb the pocket. Stiff arms a man, goes left, and Lamar just falls. And is he okay? Okay, he just lost his footing, but he is limping. And that's a little scary. And Lamar, went down with no contact. I don't know if it was his left leg knee or he just tripped or what's going on. But
Obviously, there's a leg injury affecting Lamar. Lamar, quarterback keeper, he's going to keep it left and takes a hit as he goes out of bounds, and they went for that left ankle again. And he's obviously limping. I want to say that's his right ankle, but he's still in the game. Lee says, I'm in El Paso, Texas, but I missed Louisville. I was there for 20 years. Oh, I bet. Sheila Y joining us in chat says 927 over here in Dothan, Alabama. And Chadmere says, no more injuries, please. I know. They tackled Lamar by that ankle again, and that's terrifying to see. And a 4th and 4 after that, and Justin Tucker coming out here for a field goal attempt, looking to extend this lead a little bit here. And, of course, it is good. And, of course, with that, Baltimore extends their lead to 24-13 at 4:02 left here in the third quarter. And again, I want to thank everyone for staying with us today, joining us for this edition of Thursday Night Football. Y'all really are the OGs, you know what I'm saying? And again, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button. Giggity. 1028 in Fredonia, New York. What a name, Fredonia. Logan in chat saying, correction, I live 1 hour and 9 minutes away from the Ravens Stadium. Wow, you are close. Lee says, I used to see the Bengals when Boomer Eisen was their quarterback. Chris Collins was the wide receiver, and they lost the Super Bowl to the Niners. Oh, man, that's an OG fan right there. That's something to appreciate. Appreciate you, my guy, Chad. Appreciate you. Oh, man. I've got so many business ideas I want to do. I want to open actually what's known as a private dog park, too. Watching this commercial with the dogs. I had one in Colorado. I don't know if anyone has any dogs in the chat, let me know if you got a doggo, what kind it is. Personally, I've got what's known as a Pattendale Terrier. She's my little, her name is Nani, Nani. If you know Japanese or Hawaiian, it might seem familiar. And she's my little Nani boo, and I love her so much. And I tell my friends all the time, I would fight a 15-foot alligator for my little Nani boo. And that's a fact. If you ever see Florida man dies fighting 15-foot alligator for his dog, I'll tell you right now, that was your boy D-Rave, and I went out like a champ. Lee Bradley says, first chat room I've ever enjoyed and participated. I'm glad to hear that, my guy. That's what I'm saying. My goal with this stream right now, guys, is to create that feeling like you're sitting not at B-dubs, not at like a Ravens bar or like your Bengals bar, but to make you feel like you're just at a hole-in-the-wall bar with your buddies. And like everyone in the bar you can chat and make fun with and just have a good time with, you know, and share a nice adult beverage if you're above the age of 21 in the United States. And of course, after the touchback by Justin Tucker, 4:02. And if you don't see the Ravens running to the goal line, that's like a little like bet in the Ravens locker room, basically. So what they say is this, that they race to the goal line and because they know it's going to be a touchback. So it's like a little bet and like a pride thing among the Baltimore Ravens special teams. 4:02, and then I'm going to get back to the chat there. Here, guys, one moment here. I got to keep looking at his name. Jake Browning making an adjustment here at the line. Ball on the 25. We've got a flag immediately. Good pass to Jamar Chase on the left side, but we're going to have to wait and see what the flag is. Let's go back to chat real quick here. Chimera says that I'm an OG for being a fan during the Fitzpatrick area. Charles Kodovich says you need one. The Panthers have a C3 call in. LOL. I know, dude. I like I said, in the NFC, the Panthers are kind of my secondary team. Chad Mears says I'm a cat guy. I love cats, honestly, but me and my girlfriend are so allergic to them. Logan says cats are evil motherfuckers. Tenchi says you live in Florida. Get an AR-15 for the Gators. What's funny, Tenchi, is actually Colorado had looser gun laws. Chimera says cats are gods. Kitty go meow. Browning with some good time, and Owe finally gonna get a sack. Let's go. Odafe Owe coming with the sack. Let's go. One of the terrible O's, Owe and Ojabo, finally getting some work done. I've literally joked Chimera when Tom Grossi was rating my chat a lot, because Tom Grossi does the meow, does like cat sounds a lot. I used to joke that okay, let's have a meow off, Grossi. See who's got the better meow. Run up the middle by Mixon on the draw play, and not much, and that's going to bring a third and super long on the play. Logan says I have two, and they are mean. Animals have always loved me. Chad Mayer says being a heavy metal fan helps with cats. I know cats are metal. Actually, Chad, I'm a kind of like a metal hardcore guy, so I feel you on that, my guy. I feel you. Lee Bradley says no beverage but 420. I feel you. Lee, I've had a medical card in between Colorado and Florida for over 7 years straight, so Browning going deep left. He's got Jamar and catch, but it's going to be out of bounds, it looks like, and it is going to be ruled out of bounds. 4th and 17. Good chance by Browning, though, to give him a chance deep, maybe. Lee Bradley says, I'm American Indian, LOL. Alcohol, no good. I respect that a lot, Lee, to be honest with you. I respect everyone's choice, and my brother has a lot of Native American in him, so even though I don't look like it, my brother has a lot of Native American in him. He gets dark. Logan says, if my electronic dies, I'm jumping on my others, and that's going to be a fair catch by Duvernay at the 42, 43-yard line. And Baltimore is going to try to come out here and extend this. Don't tell me that's a drone show. It looks like it. Is that what the drone was about? So if y'all don't know, it just looks like there was a drone show above the Ravens Stadium. I have literally been in talks with my college about trying to open a business here in Florida doing drone shows, basically, so you can replace fireworks with drone shows, reducing noise, air, and all these other types of pollution, and yada, 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 and blah, 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 and PTSD, and, but let's be honest, chat, it takes money to make money, and if you knew me in real life, it's a constant joke between my friends. The amount of ideas where I've literally even toured the location for businesses, but just because I have no money and can't secure a business loan, it'd be like that. I saw a light on. That means my girlfriend's home. I'm very excited now. Tenchi says, I live in a state with legal recreational weed, so I grow my own and make dabs from the trim and popcorn buds. Oh, Tenchi, I'm so jealous, man. I absolutely love Is this a new Godzilla movie? Hold on, guys. Hold up. Whoa. Are we getting a new Godzilla movie? Oh, I'm so excited for that. It's only on Apple TV, though. Oh, I love Godzilla. That looks so well done, too. Are y'all excited for that as much as I am? Oh my God. Ravens are always good on primetime night games. They are. And like we said, Technically, Lamar is 7-1 all time against the Bengals, so got a good track record against them. Chad Muir says, "You live in Florida?" Yeah, Chad. Actually, right now I live in Fort Myers, so I live really far south down in Florida. Logan says, "There are so many forced this year. The Lions, we're getting 4 actually." Charles Kodovich says, "Took the 4 out of the 5 Chargers. Took a few." Godzilla the GOAT, Boomer Eisen. And of course, tonight, Lamar's got 207 passing yards. And we talked about it a little bit. The last time Lamar played against the Bengals in week 2, he has 24 of 33 for 237 yards. So only needs about 30 more yards to match his yard total from the week 2 game. Going to be a handoff to Keaton Mitchell. Good counter. Makes a man miss. Makes 2 men miss. His Scott's still on his feet. Makes a 3rd man. And that's the Keaton Mitchell we knew. And the Ravens sideline is begging for a face mask call at the end of that play. No call. And guys, I got to figure out how to watch that Godzilla movie. I'm not going to lie. I've got it literally like circled on my game notes here. Because guys, I don't know if y'all know. I always like talk about, I write list of inactives. I talk about talking points. I talk about talking points for like halftime. I make other like little side notes to watch and film reviews and stuff like that. Oh, Chad, you got family in Fort Myers? That's super dope. Yeah, we've been here for like 3 years now. Screen pass to Zay Flowers and short gain, maybe about 7 on the play, bringing up what looks like a 2nd and 3, 1:18 here in the 3rd quarter. Godzilla is the god of monsters. I don't know how much, I might sound like too nerdy here too, guys. Another channel, because we've talked about a lot how many different channels I would love to run. An anime channel, a food channel, food and cooking channel, my football channel, a workout channel. I would love to also run a gaming and D&D channel and do D&D sessions like with friends online, basically. 2nd and 4, Lamar going deep right. That's Odell, and Odell able to get one hand on it in the end zone, but unable to come away with the catch. 3rd and 4 with 43 seconds left. Oh, Chimera, I know. I've been meaning to catch up on Attack on Titan. I've been watching so many different things. Lee Bradley says, "Don't get excited during the game, bro." I know. I should know better than to get excited. Oh, my girlfriend just made a cup of Crown and Coke for herself. Ooh, we're going to play some Stardew tonight. Oh, I was wondering where that went. Here, I got you. Thank you. Got my Raven pillow. Lamar rolling out. Oh, able to escape a man. Rolling up. Bombing it deep. He's got Zay, but I think he's going to be out of bounds. It looks like he is. Lamar buying what I felt like an hour of time, and Zay unable to come down with it. Oh no, we've got Turner, DJ Turner, the defensive back for the Bengals, now seems to be dealing with an injury. Let's count it. Seconds from snap to pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.71 seconds from the snap to the pass. And great diving attempt by Turner on there, but, you know. Hey, we got Payo, the Canadians Ram fan, dropping back in. Hey, man, been in and out. Ravens looking to take this. Oh, yeah, I know. It's honestly, it's kind of sad for Bengals fans. Without Burrow, the win almost feels hollow, to be honest with you. And I look forward to maybe sitting down with, hold on, field goal is good by Tucker. Ravens going to extend this lead now, 27-13 with 26 seconds left here in the 3rd. But for my Houday Nation crowd, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I would love to potentially do a series, like, because we just talked about it. Hold on. We just talked about it a little bit. If Burrow's injury is kind of significant and he gets shut down for the season, is the Bengals season done? And if the Bengals season is done, would any of my Bengal fans be interested in maybe kind of doing like a, hey, like I did last time, the off-season plan, which I did this past off-season, where I played the GM of different NFL teams, basically doing a little bit of cap work, a little bit of free agency, a little bit of draft prediction, like basically what their position-wise they're looking for. I think it would be an absolute blast, to be honest with you. Chimera, although I will say during my preseason predictions, I did say the Bengals would miss the playoffs. And yeah, Chimera, we talked about that. I kind of talked about it a little bit with your Bills, that I felt like that the Bills and the Bengals, and this has been many times on my channel, that I felt like they did not do enough in the offseason to truly like make that jump over the Chiefs and a healthy Ravens, And I think we're kind of seeing that pay off right now. The Bills and the Bengals are just not the teams that they were last year. And I hate to say it, but me and Chimera kind of told you so in the offseason. So good job to you, Chimera, on calling that. Chad Muir says, I lived near Port Richey, Florida at one time. Wintertime was nice. Real orange trees. Oh, that is nice to have real orange trees. Run up the middle, and Queen's going to absolutely destroy Joe Mixon on that play. Second, and I'm guessing 10 or 11 after that tackle. Yeah, Florida in the winter, there's only 2 seasons. If you haven't lived in Florida, let me explain to you guys. There's only 2 seasons in Florida. Regular, hot, normal season and rain season. There is no winter. There is no fall. There's barely a spring, really. It's like spring, summer, and rain. And we're heading to a commercial break after that, and it's going to be officially, guys, the start when we come back of the 4th quarter. And again, with that being said, guys, I appreciate everyone for hanging out with us today on this stream. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really, of course, helps with the algorithms. And, of course, if we hit that 500 subscriber goal here soon, we're going to officially start adding a second stream to our game. And maybe if Amazon, if YouTube's going to put their games on Twitch like this, maybe we'll start covering every Thursday night game, and that'll become our thing, guys. Thursday night plus the Ravens game. Logan said, I just saw the Godzilla vs. Kong 2 trailer. The new ape name has been revealed. Ooh. Carl Ellis dropping into the chat. Stayed at the Travel Lodge on 41 in Fort Myers 2 summers ago. Oh, 41, or as they call it, Tammy Amy. Oh, that is I hate the traffic up there by 41. It depends on, I guess, where on 41 if you're if you're on which side of Daniels, to be honest with you. If you're closer to Naples or if you're closer to Cape Coral. But that's pretty cool, honestly. Chad Muir says, fire ants in Florida, watch them suckers. Oh, yeah, you do. I joke with a lot of people, guys, where we live in Florida. We live in what's, I like to joke, reclaimed Everglades because, the snakes and bugs. If you follow some of the snake hunters in Florida, they are literally like 10 to 20 minutes down the road from me. And I would love to do some of that stuff, but my God, that takes a different kind of like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Kenneth Bauer dropping in. The Ravens are looking awesome. Yes, sir, they are. Charles Kodovich in chat. I got a new Megatron Autos from Cloud9 where he gets his coming out with his own. That's dope, my guy. Tenchi Masaki says, I saw a 5 feet tall fire any mound. So let me ask you guys, have y'all ever heard of ghost ants? That's actually one thing we had an issue with here at our property. They are some of the most annoying ants I've ever seen in my life. Half of their body is like opaque white, so it's see-through. So they look insanely small. They almost don't look like ants unless you look up in the close. They avoid all like well-lit and like popular areas. So they were crawling through a 1 millimeter crack in the molding around my window to my balcony. They went from that at the bottom all the way up to the top of my wall, along the crack of my ceiling, all the way to my kitchen, and they don't go for sugar, they go for water. So you can lay normal like sugar traps and they avoid them. They're after like little droplets of moisture in the dry season here in Florida. They're like the most sneaky ants. And like I've never seen this before. I would lay traps and kill them, right? And like lay poison. And I would watch some ants die. When I would go to sleep and come out in the morning, they would clear themselves the dead ant bodies so they won't be found. So they will clear their own dead off the trails to try to make sure they stay hidden. I have never experienced ants like that in my life. They're kind of cool, to be honest with you. Like, because I'm kind of like a super nature guy. Like, I really love nature. Like, I go and save bees all the time. When I find a honeybee that's dying in my balcony or like in my hallway, I literally go pick them up and I go save them. I'm that guy. Chimera says, my current Super Bowl prediction is Dolphins versus Niners. Nah, Chimera, you tripping, my guy. The Dolphins can't win the big games, apparently. And until they prove it otherwise, I'll keep saying it. Lee says, I wish the Ravens would get Alvin Kamara. You know, I'm happy with the Ravens running backs. I don't need anything. Chad Muir says, I love the manatees. Oh, manatees are so cool. Yeah, ghost ants, I'm telling you, look them up, dude. They're nuts. I've never seen anything like them before. Oh, I didn't know that ants normally clear the dead bodies. It's a colony thing. Good to know. Good to know. Tenchimi says, my friends from West Florida always talk about these tiny ants down there. They always call them crazy ants that would eat electrical wiring. Dude, that's probably them. It's Florida. It's just a Florida thing. You know what I'm saying? It's Florida. We eat faces and eat people, you know? See, you got places like Colorado where they make it easier to smoke weed. And then, because they pass a lot of weed laws. And then you got places like Texas where they pass a lot of gun laws. So they make it easier to smoke people. That's not my joke. That's a joke from a new guy on Netflix, by the way. Not my joke. I'm stealing it. 2nd and 10 here. Bengals are living on a prayer right now. Cue the Bon Jovi music. He's looking left, got a man short. Ravens rally, and that's Hamilton and Jalen Armour Davis on the tackle. Good to see the young man from Alabama healthy and playing. We had high expectations for him in the preseason. Charles Kodovich says, can't wait to see a few players the Lions just picked up. 3 times bowler. I know Bruce Irvin has always had great pass rush potential. And the Lions, if you go back to my draft notes, I have, like I said, the Lions have having one of the most interesting drafts of all the teams I draft or watched. Basically, only 8 teams got grades. 5 got basically they nailed the draft, and 3 teams got like, whoa, you got to keep an eye on those teams. And the Lions was one of those teams that I was like, you got to keep an eye on. And great pass breakup there. Kyle Hamilton on the pass breakup on Tyler Boyd over the middle. And with the pass breakup, 4th and 8. And I think the punt team's coming out for the Bungles. So Charles, if you're a Lions fan, my guy, dude, honestly, we had to beat you. I'm sorry, but I'm very happy for your Lions, and I really wish you the best on the NFC side, to be honest with you. And I hope we see you in the Super Bowl again. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett was big in Florida. Margaritaville. Robbins, the punter for the Bengals, got it away. Good punt, good coverage, and Duvernay having to make a diving catch for it. And Lamar going to come out here with 14 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Dang, the AFC East has an 0-7 record over the last 2 weeks. AFC East is just having it rough right now. Like, all y'all, whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. All right, sorry. Sorry, y'all probably bleeding from the ears. I'm sorry. I do love singing, though, to be honest with you. Handoff up the middle. That's Mitchell, and pretty good game by the young rookie out of Eastern Carolina. Hey, you got a delivery? That's dope. Tenchi says, I'd like to find a state that has both loose gun and record. Actually, Tenchi, that would be probably Oklahoma. Fun fact, Oklahoma snuck in their weed bill when like people weren't paying attention. So actually majority of Oklahoma opposes marijuana, even though it's legalized. And if you actually look, they have more medical dispensaries than California does. Fun fact of the day. If you didn't know, Oklahoma, if you didn't know this, has more medical dispensaries than California does. I think like Oklahoma has almost 1,000 medical dispensaries. So fun fact, and I'm going to guess they got some pretty loose gun laws too out there. Chaparro, New Mexico is 2 minutes from El Paso, Texas. Is legal in Chaparro, so you get all the pot. That's how funny. Keaton Mitchell continuing this strong performance in the second half and got a good run for a first down on the 3rd and 2. Chimera says Joe Brady is our new offensive coordinator. It's a new era. MVP run for Josh Allen. Love Bon Jovi. I know. Fun fact, I'm old enough to remember like my first music video when I was a kid. The very first music video I ever saw in my life was on MTV, of course, and I was getting ready for school in my mom's room, and she had Bon Jovi on, and it was "It's My Life" by Bon Jovi. That music video is like burned into my brain for the rest of my life. And Jackson with the quarterback keeper up the middle and a gain of 8 or 9 on the play. Yeah, I agree. Nothing's in Oklahoma, Chimera. And I don't think anyone gives the Ravens enough credit. The Ravens, of course, pretty young franchise, 1996 established. Only 2 GMs in the history. We're on the second one. Of course, when Ozzie retired, we had EDC in the wings. And I know some of the Raven base doesn't like EDC. And I understand some of the critiques, but trust in EDC like you trusted in Ozzie, bro. And a run up the middle, but we've got a flag on the play. And we're finally seeing a healthy dose of Keaton Mitchell. Ruthie dropping in. Yo, hey, we're going to have to play the GIF for a Ruthie. I think a Ruthie would like the GIF. What up, dog? I'm back for real. Nothing is better and more beautiful than a win for the Ravens. I know, TTV. Nothing would start the weekend better than getting a Thursday night win for the Ravens and having a long week. Because the Ravens, of course, had the short week, Sunday game with a Thursday game. So now going into our next game, we get the long week. Oh. Hi, Nani Boo. What's up? My dogs came to check on me. Turning the live on my TV in case my phone. Lamar dropping back deep. Got a little bit of time, but he has to roll out to his left. He fakes the pass, and he's just going to drop down for a decent gain. And Lamar taking no chances of getting hit on these plays. I know, Arush. I'm going to be honest. The way Mark went down on his ankle, I'm telling you, makes it feel like how I broke my left ankle when I played football as a tight end. So I'm praying he's okay, but oh my God, I feel for him. 3rd and 6, Lamar, ball too low, gets pressured. David Anderson, I'd still rather have the Colts have stayed in Baltimore. I don't know, man. We've done pretty well so far. And the Colts have not done well since leaving, in my opinion. If you take Peyton Manning out of that equation for the Colts, I'd say we've done pretty well for ourselves. Yeah, I think he knows Mark's out for the game, but, it's Brad. Chad Mears says, do you miss the snow? I kind of do, Chad, to be honest with you. I grew up in South Carolina, so I didn't grow up with snow, but I kind of like the snow, to be honest with you. I don't mind it. Jones going to let it bounce, and it goes back into the end zone. Touchback for the Bengals. And with 10.5 minutes left, the Bengals are, again, like we said, living on a prayer, ladies and gentlemen. Tenchi Misaki says, right now I'm in Virginia, and our gun laws are loose, and we technically have legally recreational, but the state refuses to set up the licensing. That's actually how it is a little bit here, Tenchi. They refuse to do recreational. There is a bill up for it right now currently that's being backed by a dispensary. However, the backing of the bill does not allow for growing at your home, So while it would open up recreational, it still wouldn't really open up like, Arush, we don't know. We just know officially he's out for the game, and they were taking x-rays on the ankle. We have not officially got an update past that on Mark Andrews, sadly. I don't expect one probably anytime soon. Um, More than likely, if the ankle's swelling, when you're doing imaging, you have to let the swelling decrease so that you can get like more accurate and better imaging. So while they may have done an X-ray, we might be waiting to do MRI before they can reduce the swelling a little bit with medication and, of course, what you call RICE. RICE standing for rest, ice, compression, and elevation, which is how you deal with a majority of injuries. New York legalized in 2021 come up here. I know, right? um, it's definitely interesting. I have actually, it's going to get taken from me anyways. But when I was in Colorado and I'm here in Florida, another business idea I would love to start up that I've seen a huge need for. I think there is a need and an opening for recycling companies for cannabis related products. Like I'm telling you, in Colorado, for my dab containers that were made of glass, there was no good recycling plan for it, no good recycling setup for it, not even at my dispensaries, really. And I did the math that I could buy if I took the weight of Colorado's oil, did some calculations, based, general estimate of the of containers. If I could take those containers and sell them back to dispensaries at a nickel a piece, which is about half the rate of the rate I found bulk on Amazon, I could still make approximately $800,000 a year just based off the Colorado numbers and just based off oil concentrates. So, of course, I want to expand that to other stuff in Colorado and, of course, expand it to Florida and then expand that also and I would love to develop an app to compete with Weed Maps in that same breath as well that also promoted my recycling company. And I'm telling you guys, these are the ideas that I'm thinking about all day that I'm like, God, I wish I had some rich benefactor that could give me money to start a recycling company for cannabis. Not only would I be helping the environment and helping reduce the cost of things, but, making decent amount of money. But, whatever. All right, back to the game, and then I'll get back to the chat, guys. 2nd and 7 here. Joe Burrow looking left. That's not Joe Burrow. I'm sorry. Jake Browning looking short left. Peo says, question, which Ravens player would be the best Uber driver? Oh, Peo, that's not even a question. It's gotta be Justin Tucker. You cannot tell me the opera singer kicker who does podcasts, or Marlon Humphrey. Marlon's a really cool dude too who does a podcast. I think having Justin Tucker and Marlon Humphrey in a podcast style car setup would be absolute fire and must watch podcast material. 3rd and 5. Browning escaping pressure. Well done, but he's going to finally get swallowed up. I don't know if that's even a sack after he scrambled so much. Charles Kodovich, that was a good question, Peo. Charles Kodovich says, I think the Lions take 1 seed. Eagles got to take KC on. Chimera says, I got Joe Burrow in my other fantasy league, and my opponent has Mixon. I started Chase too. Oh, that's rough, Chimera. Lee Bradley says, bro, the Eagles and Lions are in the NFC, Kansas City in the AFC. I was wondering about that a little bit, but, I let it slide. Charles says Michigan has shrooms laws, weed delivery, and there are tons of guns. I don't know how we got on weed and guns, but it's kind of hilarious, to be honest, chat. What's funny is regarding shrooms, actually, Denver's up that route too. They decriminalized shrooms not too long ago. So pretty interesting. Y'all are talking about weed. So of course, everyone knows this. It's recreationally legal in Colorado. However, that is technically up to the city, not the state. So, where I used to live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, it is not. It's recreationally legal, so you can have it. However, they don't sanction it for city licensing. So even though it's legal to have by the state, there are no recreational dispensaries in Colorado Springs technically. There are medical, and there's like some that sit in like almost like Indian land right outside the city. But they tax literally 60%. So it's like $60 for an eighth of weed, to be honest with you. It's kind of crazy. And they do it to all the tourists. Peyo's got another question. Which Ravens player do you think you have the best shot of tackling? Oh, that's so tough. Because normally I feel like you could tackle your backup quarterback. But our backup quarterback's Tyler Huntley, and he's not easy to tackle either. Bro, I think I got the best chance of tackling one of the corners, like Arthur Mullet, who's like a 9th-year slot corner who was like signed off the streets, basically. Like a really small nickel corner. I think that's the only chance I got because maybe they don't have the top of the line speed anymore. And of course, they're going to weigh way less than me. But like any tight end, lineman, like halfback, and all the wide receivers are used to juking me out. Like, that's some good questions, Peyo. You know what's funny? Sheila Y talking about I always be so happy when Alabama. I actually saw a recently published Wall Street Journal article talking about how a lot of people are moving from Florida to Alabama because the cost in Florida is actually higher than Colorado. When I moved from Colorado Springs to Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, I saw an increase in my cost of living by 2.8%. So a lot of people are moving to Alabama because they're like, shit, it's about the same weather, the same everything, but lower cost of living. So Alabama, a place to keep an eye on for potential growth here in the future. Chad Mears says, I get stoned while watching football. It's fun. Chad, I think a lot of people would agree with you on that, to be honest with you. It seems like a lot of my chat agrees. Tenchi says 60 for the eighth was a standard street price and still rec started. I know. I remember that shit. Yo, 64 an eighth, 24 a gram, homie. That's such a good deal. Yeah, it is, bro. Yeah, it is. Yeah, take it. Yeah, here. Yeah, man. 2nd and 4, and I think we got a false start penalty on the Ravens. Tenchi says, here in VA I live in, yeah, but Alabama doesn't have anything in it either. I agree, Chimera. That's the only downside. There's nothing in it. But like I said, for retirement-wise, though, shit. And if you can live near the University of Alabama, just, there's a little bit of something up there, right? Like, oh, I got a cut on my finger and it hurts so bad. Lions did beat KC week 1. Actually, we were live during that game. That was a really good game. 2nd and 9 here for Lamar Jackson. 7:45 in the clock here in the fourth quarter. They're looking to kind of run away from this, put one more score on the clock. Lamar going deep right. He's got Odell. Connects with him this time, and Odell makes a man miss. Cuts back right, and Odell down at what looks like the 15-yard line, and we've got a flag down on the play too. I guess, yeah, I should be tackling the kicker, Justin Tucker, as well. Or Jordan Stout, the punter, to be honest with you. I'm too scared to hurt them, though. Let me give y'all some science, though. We're talking about weed a little bit. I think it's always important to remember this. Always remember, technically, THC increases blood pressure. However, CBD counteracts blood pressure. So it's very important to have a good CBD and terpene profile if you struggle with anxiety and you're using it, or if you have blood pressure issues in general. You might want lower THC strains, essentially. Especially if you're newer to starting. Lamar Jackson going to keep it. Going left, makes a man miss, and going to be short of the line to gain. Going to be 2nd and maybe 2 to gain And the Ravens are almost in the end zone for another score. Yeah, we should win this game. We will see, of course, but I don't want to say anything. We've had a few bad experiences here on the stream, right, guys? My thing is this. I like to tell everyone everything within moderation is my view on life. And everyone is their own individual person, has their own experiences and life experiences and a journey. So what might work for one person might not work for everyone, and I support everyone's choices. And you will never find me pressuring anyone to do anything. And you will always find me like I'm always that guy. Like we go to a party and they're like, "Oh, what you drinking?" And my buddy's like, "Oh, actually, I don't drink anymore." And everyone's like, oh, this guy sucks. I'm that guy. I'll walk up beside them, 6'3", 230-pound me. Hey, fuck all y'all. This is my boy. Fuck all y'all. He's smart for not drinking. We're all dumb probably, but I'm still going to drink anyway. But don't you knock on him. That's the kind of person I am. You know what I mean? So, Lucky Like, please tell us we're going to win this game. All right, I'll say it. We're going to win this game. Lamar Jackson, handoff Gus Edwards. That's going to be a first down and brought down at what looks like the 3-yard line. So first and goal for the Ravens. 80 ounce here in New Mexico. My God. Chimera says, I'll say it. I want to live near New York City. Despite the living costs, you get endless entertainment, solid public transport. I hate driving, and a lot of genuinely good people despite the stereotypes. I agree, Chimera. Me and my girlfriend talk about, because like we've talked about here on the channel, I used to be a traveling trainer for the airlines. I've lived in a lot of different places over the years. I've lived in like 5 states in 10 years, I think, at minimum. And of course, visited more. Me and my girlfriend joke about all the time. It would be really cool to be able to like live that kind of life in New York, like the high life, in New York, essentially. Hand up the middle, and Gus Edwards is in again. The bus train continues. And with that, like the announcers just said, that's going to put the exclamation point on this game, guys. With that, Baltimore takes a 33-13 lead, and of course, barring the extra point, going to be a 34-13 lead. And again, you got to almost just feel bad for Bengals fans a little bit, Chad Muir says the Raven games increase my blood pressure and the alcohol consumption. I feel you, my guy. You've been here. You know how my blood pressure be for some of these games. And the PAT is good for the Ravens, 34-13. And we've got some pose dancing. Let's get a pose dancing up on the screen for us. Lee and David said sativa all the way. I agree, man. I'm actually a fan of sativas. Even though it does increase my blood pressure, I generally enjoy where my brain goes. I think I have some of my best ideas while on it. I get more creative in finding solutions to problems while also doing a good job of working back through and finding the problems. I like to consider myself a realist in a sense. And so case in point, like we just talked about, that whole recycling idea, guys, when do you think I came up with that idea? The old boy. You're my boy, Blue. The old boy joining us. Ray Finkel, what do you know about blood pressure? So actually, old boy, I've had a heat stroke when I worked for the Delta Airlines. They found me out cold in a corner. And after that, I got overdosed on a drug that destroys collagen outside the heart, causing what's known as arterial hemorrhaging. So I used to be on blood pressure medication, guys. My systolic rate used to average like 200 over 120. So systolic of about minimum 200, diastolic of 120. Which, if you know blood pressure, oh boy, that's pretty good, high up there. Payo says, what players would make the best head coach of the Ravens in the future? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, you got to argue Roquan's such a great player, Roquan could probably be a coach, I feel like, in the NFL, kind of follow in the footsteps of guys like D'Amico Ryans, who, of course, the Texans. So I feel like Roquan could make it as a coach in the NFL. Really feel like he could. Tingy says, I can't drink anymore because I have the stomach issues and it messes with him. So, yep, and I totally agree with that. That's I probably shouldn't drink as much. I should probably cut my alcohol down, but it'd be like that. Jean Leger joining us. Just say it. Ravens won. With that Gus Edwards touchdown, I'll say it. The Ravens are gonna win this game. Charles says, yeah, federal is still weird, but we have delivery here, so also buy shrooms or get it delivered. That's really cool. Chimera says, like, seriously, people better learn to quit slandering my glorious Empire State. Hey, I got a lot of respect for New York for a lot of different reasons, my guy. Anyways, I'm going to dip. Got to rest up for the concert band performance I was in. Hey, good luck in that, Chimera. Good luck in your band performance. Good luck in college, my guy. It's just good to see and have you around. We'll have to do a Bills game one day. I hope you have a great night. Lee Bradley says, I've been to Yonkers, New York. The pizza was good. Oh, I know. I want to have legit OG New York pizza because I love New York pizza. We were talking about pizza earlier in the chat, guys. So I would love to have some legit New York pizza. And yeah, a big win tonight. It's a little bit of a hollow win with the Joe Burrow injury. But at the same time, I'll take any win that gets us closer to a potential first round bye in the playoffs and getting to our bye week healthy and in a good position, to take any losses. We talked about it, guys, pre to the Seattle game. Baltimore had 6 of their last 9 games at home. 7 of the 9 were against winning teams. FTN ranked it the second hardest schedule. But something to keep an eye on, guys. OBJ just left the game holding his shoulder. Officially, I think, out of the game with a shoulder injury. So even though the game's over, OBJ just took an injury, which is not a good sign for Raven fans. And oh my God, Kyle Van Noy with a smothering sack on the play, and it's over. We've got 4 minutes here in the fourth quarter, 34-13. And that answers your question, Lucky. 4 minutes left in this game. Sheila says, thank you. Good night. Sounds like she's heading out. Gamerzilla Fina joining us in. He says, I'm back as we're almost at the end of this game. And Peo says, thanks for taking my questions. I'm heading to bed. Great stream. Thank you, Peo. I appreciate it. For those that don't know, Peo Time Canadians Ram fan in my chat is a Rams fan from Canada that's streams. He's a great guy. He's been in my chat on Twitter, giving me advice on how to grow and expand the stream and upgrade my content. So we are so grateful for Peo. And if you have time, please check out his channel. We love him out here and the channel. Chad Mears says 11 wins should get us to the playoffs. I absolutely agree. And with this win, I think that number is way more achievable now. Lee Bradley says Lamar will make a great coach. I think he will. I think he has all the charisma and knowledge too, especially when he gets to the end of his career. It's just how it be with the NFL coaches. Will they hire a black coach? And especially, would a owner hire a coach that talks like Lamar? As sad as the reality of that is, it's the question you have to ask as a realist. Because we know how the hiring goes in NFL circles, basically, you know what I'm saying? And Lamar's that new generation. We love Lamar. But, he talks a little different than probably most people or, some people. And I could see owners just being like, sorry, excuse me. But I'd hire him. I'd absolutely hire him in a heartbeat. Play action, pass over the middle, and it's actually going to be a completion down at the 31-yard line. David Anderson, do you broadcast on Sundays? Maybe Red Zone. I know, maybe I should do a Red Zone broadcast. I am thinking about adding a second broadcast. It's been my promise. If I hit my 500 subscriber goal, I will officially always start doing 2 broadcasts a week. Basically, if I hit 500, I'll do 2 a week. If I hit 1,000, I'll do 3 a week. And of course, once I hit 500 and 1,000, I can actually create some type of revenue off the channel, and the algorithms will favor me a little more. And with that being said, I might be able to start pumping out more additional content, just, more football shorts, more Q&As, just more content across the board to grow the channel. So we'll see, David Anderson. I'm not sure yet, though. Jean says, what team do you pick? 49ers versus Bucks and Seahawks versus Rams. So, of course, I picked the 49ers versus the Bucks. Seahawks versus Rams. I actually am sneak picking. I'm sorry, Joe Stevens. I'm sneak hot picking the Rams coming away with the win over the Seahawks. I think they saw what my Ravens did to them, and I think McVay might be able to replicate. So, sorry, Seahawks fans. I think you might come away with a loss. Kenneth Bauer heading out says, have a good night, everyone. Later, my guy. Tucker is like Hanson, just not the amount of years. Agreed. Oh, almost another sack. Able to skip over it and going to run for it. Down at the 20. So in the red zone now for the Bengals, but definitely too late. Charles Kodovich says, Aaron Rodgers is a coach right now. You're not wrong with that, to be honest with you. He kind of is right now. David Anderson says, I'll subscribe tonight. I appreciate it, my guy. We're getting so close. We're like 50 subscribers away, I think, from hitting the goal last time I checked. So we're so close. I think y'all are helping me hit the watch hour amount. So I think I've hit my watch hours after this stream. So it's literally just down to hitting my subscriber count now. So that's, I'm telling you, dude, like, I was literally after my last stream when we hit 5,000 views at the end of my last stream. And at the end, we ended up with 10,000 views and like 50 new subscribers at the end of our last live stream. I was literally jumping for joy, guys, as a grown 6'3", 230-pound man, which might sound awkward, but whatever. Charles says, Indica sativa brings my pet. And that's absolutely right, Kodovich. It really can. Downing looking right or left, I'm sorry, and that's a first down, but not a touchdown, sadly. John says Rams have 2 wins over the Seahawks. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. I got a weird feeling, despite I think the odds favored in the Seahawks, I think the Rams are going to come away with that win. So, TTV Lit says, I really want to see the Eagles and the Chiefs play. That's going to be a hell. I know. What is that, Monday night game or Sunday night game? I might cover that game just because it's going to be that good of a game, guys. Lee Bradby says, bless you, brother. I appreciate it, my guy. And again, happy Thanksgiving. If I don't see anyone for Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And Jamar, quick out. It looks like it. And a late touchdown. So Bengals at least saving face a little bit here with that late touchdown. But I mean, it's something to build on, maybe. Maybe if Joe Burrow's injury isn't season ending, but he needs like at least 5 weeks, maybe Jake Browning might be able to carry these Bengals limping into a weak AFC playoffs. We know Jacksonville is struggling right now with Trevor Lawrence's knee problem. So even though the Bengals are going to take the L today, still a small chance. Again, we talked about it last stream. If everyone from the AFC North can make it into the playoffs, it would be the first time since, I believe, 2002 that every team from a division made the playoffs. And I'm slightly rooting for it. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Lee, thanks for the subscription, my guy. Oh, my God, I hit my finger with the cut. Greatly appreciate it. It didn't give me the notification, but thank you so much, Lee Bradby, for the subscription. TTV Elite says it's Monday's game. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's put it officially on the books, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it now. I'll get it scheduled up later tonight. I will be streaming Monday Night Football, Eagles, Chiefs. So if you want to watch it, you can find me right here on the channel. We'll be here live again for Eagles, Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Charles Kodovich says, I'm sure Ben Johnson will leave after the Lions win this year. Oh, you're so right with that, Kodovich. He was already a very popular candidate, in certain circles this offseason. So he'll definitely be gone somewhere this season. It's not even a question of if, but like we usually talk about, when and where, basically. Onside kick attempt and recovered by Duvernay. And TTV Elite says, let's go. I'll be there. Thank you, my guy. I appreciate you. Jean Leger says, me and Joe Stevens and John Massey are doing a pre-recording podcast on a channel for Thanksgiving 49ers versus Seahawks. That's dope, my guy. For those that don't know, Jean Leger runs a YouTube channel as well. Is it 49ers? No, it's not 49ers Sickness. I'm sorry. I forgot the exact name. 49ers Life? No. You can drop your name. It's totally fine. But if he does, definitely check out his channels, guy. Is it Ruthless? No, not Ruthless. God, there's just so many 49ers streamers, honestly. Let me see if I've got any update real quick on Mark Andrews' injury before we wrap up here. I doubt the NFL will give it to me. You know, if Mark Andrews is out for a lot of time, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm really not terribly worried about it. I think Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kolar, and utilizing more 14 style 13 personnel, which is 3 and 4 wide receivers, the Baltimore Ravens will be able to adapt to it. You know what I'm saying? So as much as it sucks to lose him, I'm not terribly worried about it. He says the show. John Leger says our show will be coming out Wednesday right before the football game. Very nice. Azo says, it's a damn shame about Burrow, but a win is a win. I agree. Like, it really is sad to see. Like I said, you never want to see that, honestly. But, it's always slightly nice to get the win. Charles Kodovich just says Mike Tomlin. Oh, Charles, you think he's going to replace Mike Tomlin? That would be nuts. So all we know about the Mark Andrews injury is supposedly that he's on crutches and unable to put weight on it. So I would say, even though we don't really truly know the extent of Mark Andrews' injury, I would go ahead and bargain that it's more than likely a 5-week or longer injury. So Mark Andrews probably shut down for the rest of the regular season. We'll be hopeful to get him back for postseason. But if not, I think this is one of those ones where the Ravens will be able to, come away with it. David Anderson says, do you ever torch up a doobie while broadcasting? I've thought about it a little bit here and there, David. I just wasn't sure if it would really hurt my chances too much about, future potential broadcasters and jobs, and essentially, even I'm probably talking about too much, probably guarantees that I'll never get a job scouting with any team anywhere. Azo says, I'm a huge Burrow fan. If he isn't playing against the Ravens, I'm rooting for him. I know, like, it's good. It's fun to watch Burrow, in my opinion. He's such a great player that I enjoy watching him, so I kind of agree with you on that. Kodovich says, you did the Bears too that week. Oh, I know, right? I'm always rooting for my boy Tyson Bagent and the Bears a little bit, so. Lee Bradley says, I torch while he's broadcasting. If you usually see me slide off camera, you can probably bet I'm probably taking a dab, to be honest with you guys. But all right, guys. I think it's official. The Ravens have won. Okay, John Leger says he'll be doing a live tomorrow at 10:30, so keep an eye out for it, guys. I'll try my best to be there. 10:30 a.m. Okay, I'll try my best to be there. I might be getting ready for an accounting class. I don't know if I'm going to go to it or not. But, a.m. And that's a.m. Pacific time, guys. Make sure you pay attention because I mess up the time conversion from Eastern to Pacific all the time. But with that being said, guys, thank you once again to anyone and everyone who joined us today for the channel. make sure before you head out, please, please, please hit that like button, smash it like my boy Joe says from Family Guy, and hit that subscribe button so you'll get that notification when I go live Monday night or if I go live with any of my other co-content creators. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. And again, I hope everyone has a blessed weekend, a blessed night. If I don't see you again before Monday night football. And congratulations to Ravens flock. And again, to Who They Nation, I truly hope that everyone, all your players are okay after this. And I hope to see every single one of you back in the playoffs for an AFC North matchup in the playoffs, basically. But again, thank you, everyone. It's been D-Rave, Darwin's Raven, a.k.a. Levi. Again, I appreciate every single one of y'all for